Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no!
We'll just keep talking mad smack about Phil.
Yeah. Hey, can everybody hear this okay?
That was an answer.
Yeah, mute us.
Yeah.
So what's the sound?
Yeah, let's
Caller, please turn down your radio.
Oh no! Please mute that. I don't even want to think about
A wild Gabe appears.
Whoa!
It looked like a magical rainbow dragon.
Hey, everybody. Oh, the label just said we'll be with you in a minute.
Why is one camera huge while the other one is much smaller?
Because I'm working on it, man.
Don't judge it. It's not about size.
Why are you hating?
Don't judge a man by
It's-
the size of his camera.
It is not all
Mute
about
that
size.
stream!
Yeah, the tablet needs to be muted.
Oh, that's my phone.
Oh, your phone needs to be muted.
Because I was like,
Yeah.
I'd already muted the friggin' tablet.
Yeah. Yeah, can everybody hear okay?
Oh, Gabe
No.
also. If one.
I'm grabbing the announcement and putting it in chat.
Big stuff. Big stuff. That's my
That's my Instagram
Instagram
handle.
Oh no, it's definitely fake stuff.
Straight fake stuff.
Thank you, Marion. I know I can count on you. You're the responsible one in the chat, telling me if you can hear me or not.
That's only because I'm not in chat yet.
Mm-hmm.
And never will be. It's not true.
Josh, put this right up next to the camera so you can see his shirt.
Microwave.
Where is the.
I don't
Right there.
understand.
Right here?
Yeah,
I can't see it. Oh, it's delayed.
yeah, because you're watching it.
I don't understand this
Yeah, back
millennial
to-
humor.
I didn't know how long you wanted it.
All at
Yeah.
once.
He wants it there forever.
He wanted
Yeah.
it to just nice,
hang
solid
on.
microwave.
Yeah. All right, let's try and get started on this.
I love the
Let's get down to business.
Andre the Giant out there just.
Yeah.
Yes.
Uh,
world is mine.
And that's the bottom line.
Everyone, make sure you mute your phones.
I just did.
Yeah, I'm gonna put mine on Do Not Disturb. Everybody listening, please do not mute your phone.
Well, unless they're listening on
Yeah.
their computers, and then mute your phone. That's
On the
less
computers, you
important.
sound like you're
On the
like
computers.
70.
Yeah.
The internets.
The computer mobiles. Those are the ones that are portable.
Guys,
in case you all forgot, the internet
Uh-huh.
is not a series of trucks. If you're about to smack talk
forget that.
with information traveling to and from places. If you're smack
Like-
talking internet creator Al Gore right now.
Yeah.
Is this a character sheet?
Yeah. Do you have a character? Oh yeah, that was my experiment with making the tiniest character sheet possible.
I love it. It's like
Yeah.
a bookmark character.
Remind me, and I'll tell you about the whole project that I had that went along with that. That I ended up.
This is the exact opposite of Mahat's project.
project.
Right.
Yeah. I had a whole project with that, but once we founded Goblins and Growlers, I just put it aside.
Yeah.
Gabe, be mindful of the camera, and when you lean in.
Make eye contact. Make eye contact with the camera.
The camera has no eyes.
Yeah.
The camera has a lens, though.
Yeah. You are actually
God.
primarily on this camera, Gabe.
Oh.
So if you want to scoot over a little bit more this direction.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
Wait, really quick. What am I doing?
Oh no.
Playing D&D.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I got really
Third level,
confused why
it's a
she was
little
moving
improv.
differently than
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's more than a little.
Who is
Yeah.
that person?
All right, real
I'll make up a
quick,
character.
to everybody watching. So you saw that I posted the note card on Facebook today.
Yes.
I said I'm going to do more with these note cards before we get started. So I've got the first note card that everybody saw. I've got a second note card.
Right.
Never quite got to the third note card.
Well, that one's just
Yeah.
ready for everybody to add to it.
Yeah. So, thanks everybody for taking time out of their busy evening, which I guess you probably already would have spent with us anyway, but this is marginally safer for you. We're just going to goof around for a few hours, play some games, see what we can come up with. Gabe, by the way, don't look at anything dirty because the camera can see your screen.
Perfect.
Since
You don't get to see.
In fact, Gabe, if you could, put your.
I'm
put
going
your computer
to
here.
really quick just make a character on my computer and then I'm gonna pull it up my phone. That way I
Okay,
don't have to
yeah,
use it.
Okay, that'll work. All right, let's do the thing here. I'm going to start with Phil, and he's going to tell us what he's playing.
I am playing Brinsashi Kelmar, the the Groveborn White Dragonborn Winter Domain Cleric.
You have put way too much thought into this
Well,
for
of
what we're
course.
doing tonight.
I had this made like 6 months ago. I'm just excited to play it.
I'm gonna need you to eat that delicious microphone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll try to watch levels, but we'll see how it goes. People in chat, tell me if levels are ever like weirdly off.
Oh, hey, if you want to play one of those stupid sounds that Phil put into the Twitch chat whenever he's not being audible, just do it. Marion says Phil's just so excited to play.
I am excited to play, Marion.
Yeah, when's the last time you got to play?
I don't even remember.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Did you
The
play
Halloween game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Was it?
So it's been a while.
Does anybody have a phone charger USB-C?
Yes.
I've actually got one in my car that I've
I
been
have
meaning to
one right
give
here.
to you.
Yeah, could I grab that?
I have my
Do you
laptop
need your
charger.
phone with you?
Yeah, because I'm gonna be crowdfunding. You'll learn
Then
more
no.
about that in a second.
All right.
No,
then-
no, it's actually important.
Like Gabe said, he has it.
Oh,
Because
good,
mine is
perfect.
charging my phone currently
Yeah.
right now.
Cool. I don't need to see, so let me take off my real glasses.
Yeah.
This is all
We're level 3 tonight.
Thank you.
And please put quote marks around that 3 because this is going to be so loose and silly.
That's how I like it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the only way to do it.
Everyone very quickly ran through a bunch of jokes. That were
Okay,
entered
so wait,
the
wait,
stream, and
yeah.
they were
wait.
like,
So,
no,
real quick,
no.
I want to know more about. I want to know more about your character, including be able to write the character's name because I didn't catch that.
Yeah, I
Sure.
should probably do that too.
It's Bryn Sashi. He goes by Bryn.
We got so many friends.
A Groveborn is a creature who goes into the Dark Grove trying to steal treasure. The Grove is alive with magic and doesn't like that, so they try and turn you into a tree.
So is he like a dragonborn goblin?
No. He was sent by his god to retrieve a relic, and his god's power caused him to only partially transform. So his scales look and feel similar to a white ash tree.
Give me the
Bark.
what's the over under on number of pages of lore?
Around 5.
Give me a 2-sentence, a very short, non-run-on, no subordinate clauses, 2-sentence description of your character.
He is a cleric who will die before he loses a comrade, and he
Aww.
and he is out for vengeance against the evil magic that caused the Dark Grove to appear.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right, Josh, what do you got?
Well, I'll be playing Grimlith Stoutstein, which is an old character of mine. You might remember.
I hate him.
And I'll be using a terrible Scottish accent pretty much all evening.
Did you say scootage because you're gonna be like scooting across the
Oh, you
carpet?
don't have sound to
with
watch
that
accent.
Aye.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about it.
Sorry
I
for
don't know where
basic.
you're from.
That'll be like I've got worms.
All right, let's skip Gabe for right now and go to Alon.
I'm gonna be playing Shabby Milk Chop.
Okay.
Shabby Milk Chop is a human. He is very scrawny. He is a warlock. He really tried hard to sell his soul, but none of the demons really were takers because they looked at him and they were like, nah, I don't know about you, Shabby. So he got hundreds of lesser demons to.
Oh, God.
He crowdfunded. So I will be crowdfunding through the audience. You all are my lesser demon patrons. So I'm running a Patreon, Shabby Milk Chop, as a Patreon warlock.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What's his Patreon address?
Goblin. What's our address?
It's coming up at the bottom of the stream right now. Patreon.com/goblinsgrowlers.
Woo!
Cool stuff. Is everybody having like? Can everybody hear okay?
Apparently, Wes is having problems.
All right. Liz, what about you?
I have absolutely no lore.
It's not a name.
It
That is the longest name.
just no for short. No, I am a rogue wood elf, and I named her Pamplemousse because I was told to change the name, and that's what it said on his drink. So you can call her Pam. And I'm gonna be making her up as I go along because I haven't had my lore for 6 months. I apologize. I wasn't
Self-insert
ready.
character coming. I think we're all a little low in the mix. I'm gonna
Yeah.
try to mix
Yeah.
this up.
Alon is handling all the audio mixing.
Well,
So-
maybe,
Headphones?
can you
Nah.
turn us generally up?
I have been.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm
So
trying
if
not to
if
blow
it's
it
off
out.
the base settings, everything should be at least.
Only
75%,
responsibly,
if not higher.
Raven.
I'm going higher. It's going higher.
Go for it.
Yeah, we're going 11 on this show.
All right. What was your character's name? Chubby Milk Stout? What was that?
Shabby,
Okay.
shabby milk
All
chow.
right. All right.
You weren't far off.
Yeah.
That's my brother.
Neat.
So, what's up? Gabe, do you have something for us yet?
Yeah, just because it's the fastest thing that I can pull up. I'll be playing Nelson Moses,
All right.
Yes.
a human gunslinger
Okay.
Of course he's a good.
Okay.
who is not entirely sure why he's here, but he's never really sure why he's anywhere. So.
He's just going to enslave all of us in
That's-
his
that's usually the
undersea
plan.
coal mines.
Okay, looking at video, just bring the mic to you.
So that we
and
can
you'll
actually
stop
see a
blocking Alon's face.
Well, that's what I'm like. Here, how
You're
about
good.
that?
You're good. Yeah, that's
Ooh.
perfect.
The Nelson Moses fan club is in full effect right now in the chat. We'll have to give you time for a monologue.
Oh dear.
Yeah, all right, Phil. So you're going to be in charge of looking at the Mad Libs answers and picking some of your favorite ones so we can start.
I got him.
Okay. All right, let's have them. Give me a location.
The Enchanted Forest.
Okay. I can see already how this is going to start going sideways. All right. Private citizen.
Eric Bengerson, Dwarven Adventurer.
All right.
With an exclamation mark.
It's important. I have to
Comma, dwarven adventurer. I'm going to have to find a different accent since Josh screwed me on that.
Hey Liz, you're getting shout out.
Yep.
Her character,
Grapefruit.
Old-
Pamplemousse grapefruit.
old grapefruit Pam.
I've got Pampmo on mine.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Phil, give me a public figure.
Governor Governessa.
All right. Governor of the Enchanted Forest.
It's good to know the Enchanted Forest has governors, just like a whole system of elections.
I mean, it's really more about keeping things kind of slow and chill in the
Well,
Enchanted Forest.
they have-
can't let speed get too
They
loud.
got to govern it.
They have tons of branches of government.
Need
I
it.
got.
All right, give me an object, Phil.
The Orb of Blue Raspberry.
Oh, I love that one.
Orb of blue raspberry.
Let's see if this works out. I'm trying to find a way to stand my phone up.
Leaning on the pen.
Person / creature.
Either way.
Mazodi, Mistress of the Mist.
That is the name of the character on Star Trek Voyager's final season.
Gabe sent that in, so
Nailed it.
probably.
All right, I got Mizzodi, the mistress of the what?
Of the Mist.
Okay.
Mistress of the Mist.
I'm just gonna MYSTRESS.
Oh.
Mizzodi, comma, mistress.
Chad, is Phil coming in well, though?
Did somebody just delete Wes talking about McRib?
Well, no. He probably tripped. He tripped a filter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You'd be the only one who'd see that.
Okay.
Filter's not okay with McRib.
Yeah. All right, and another location.
The Mist-covered lands of the damp.
Mist
Ew.
covered.
Moist.
We couldn't do anything with 1 or 2 words, people. Land.
I just went through all of them and just chose randomly.
Well, you could abbreviate it to just Damplin.
Dampland.
Damplin.
Yeah, I like Dampland.
We're all from Damplin.
Gabe, show
I'll just
people your
speak-
dice.
Yeah.
Fancy dice.
My
Because
dice
I'm
the
usually
best
really
box.
bad about that.
So we'll
Dice.
I'm not.
Did you
I'm not loud
rest
enough.
to match
Everybody
your
stop
dice?
talking over each other.
He always does. That's actually his default.
Do you not know us?
You can tell he's
Beautiful.
on the podcast.
From Wormwood, not a sponsor.
Ooh.
Beautiful ebony wood with actual bone inlay.
Now say it like with Nelson Moses.
Wait. What type of bone?
It would be my experience to say that it's probably pig bone, honestly. It's one of the easiest ones to come by.
Yeah.
Could be horse, could be ox.
Mm-hmm.
My imagination says it's probably human,
Yeah.
but that could be considered insensitive to some folks.
Sweetest of
Within
the
this
meats.
lovely box,
Mostly skeletons. McRib is offended.
McRib should be honored
Yeah.
to be a part of my dice box.
Yeah.
Within is my, this is the first dice set that I purchased for myself.
There you go, Wes.
Yeah. Okay. Wes was finally able to at least say the words McRib.
Using my spelling of it.
Okay.
McRib.
He hates it.
Okay. All right.
Dice have lasted the longest with me.
Let's get started.
Some dice run away.
I guess I should establish some rules here too. Like if we get to a point and I'm like, somebody give me a thing, like we're doing a live Mad Lib, just feel free to shout it out. There's a delay on the chat, so we may get it, we may not. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Also, you can use your channel points to highlight it so that it's easier for us to see.
Yes. that's-
Also, all of you are technically, in my eyes, minor demons who I have sold my soul to. You are my patrons, so just
Yeah.
you do with that what you will.
Let's give Alon a hand for the nice mechanic he has come up with for this nonsense. All right. So the party has arrived in the enchanted forest.
Ooh.
Around you, it's early evening. The sun is low through the trees. Bioluminescent flowers are beginning to light up the area. You can see fireflies going through. There's a well-trod path ahead of you with fancy-looking flowers growing up along the sides, guiding you into it. And let's say that you all arrived here after several days of traveling from your last adventure. Nelson Moses, what was your last adventure?
Well, my last adventure was definitely, well, don't always like to talk about this. That was clearing out several very malodorous ogre bathhouses.
Malogris?
Yes, you could call. I think that was actually the name of it. Malodor. It was a magical experience. I can say that for sure.
Because it took a lot of magic.
I didn't do any of it, but yeah, the rest of my group who were possibly there looking at you.
Mm-hmm. Let's say they were.
Let's say they were. Yeah, so it went well. We had to clear out those ogres. They were horribly misusing that bathhouse space.
Mhm.
They weren't cleaning. It was stinky.
This seems like it's maybe like the level 2 version of, I need to hire a party of adventurers to clear the rats out of my basement.
It was.
Yeah.
I need to hire a group of adventurers to evict some people who are breaking the rules of the bathhouse.
Okay. All right.
Wait,
wasn't
what rule
real.
did they break?
They didn't clean up.
Oh,
Yeah, man,
that's
you got
that's the most important.
You got to respect the bathhouse for the people who come after you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most important rule.
Mhm.
Super important.
Yeah.
Super gross. Might I just say. Very low hygiene threshold for them ogres.
Okay.
Gabe, it has been requested that you scoot this way. So,
Yep.
So that you are in frame.
Yep.
There we go.
There you go. Microphone's closer.
Yeah, all right. Okay, so you all are in this early evening sort of bucolic forest. You can see that it's populated by, I don't know, let's say a mix of like elves and humans and some other sort of random races that we can use at our convenience for the narrative. So it looks very much like you're entering the outskirts of some sort of settlement.
Hey, look, there's a settlement.
Snap.
So there is.
It looks real. Damn.
It looks real.
Looks real. Damn.
And he said it looks real, period. Damn. Just says the general.
Ah,
Look,
damn it.
I censor myself my way. You censor yourself your way. Josh Orgit,
The Nelson Moses way.
the Nelson.
So you see people bustling around as you go further. It's some sort of market square. You see stalls and stuff that look like they've been grown out of the ground, like with branches weaving together and everything, almost like somebody sort of summoned them into existence from the earth itself. You see lots of like, think of it like a craft fair basically. You see lots of like yarn and fabric-based crafts, some whittled and carved wood, things like that. Doesn't look like it's a farmer's market or anything, but maybe like a high-end flea market.
I'll bet that their ale has only the finest of natural flavors.
You look around and you do see what looks like a yurt that has similarly been grown out of the ground, like branches came up in a circle and sort of spiraled around to the top. And there is a sign hanging from it that has a mug with some sort of froth coming off of it.
The name of this business is Yurt in Love.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
So is it damp here? Is it humid in this enchanted forest?
It is a little bit. You can tell that there's probably been a really bad rainstorm recently. The ground beneath your feet sort of like sloshes a little bit when you put your weight on your foot.
Mine actually freezes as I walk on it.
Well, aren't you fancy?
I am.
So all right. So behind you are these slowly melting, like footprints.
Yes.
Let's say it's warm, sort of like a Louisiana bog or something around here.
Oh joy.
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah,
it's
a lot of the
warm
elves,
here, like
a lot of the
Louisiana
elves
bog.
that you see are walking around with sort of like Colonel Sanders ties on their white robes and things like that.
What kind of racist society do we step into?
They just love chicken.
Are there any children around here? Like
Uh,
running around, enjoying the
What an question. Okay.
That question really, that question really depends on the inflection. Like, are there children around versus are there children around?
the first one.
Okay. We'll do one of my favorite things I do at my table. Odds yes, evens no. No. You actually, looking around, you notice that there are no children around. Now, elf ages being what they are, you suspect that some of the elves you're seeing walking around could be considered youthful by their elders, but no babby elf.
Okay.
Or human or tiefling or anything like that. It seems to be mostly adults.
I was gonna make a fun playtime for them, but since there are none, I cannot.
I mean, I'm always down for the fun playtime.
You want a snowball fight?
Yeah.
I conjure a 30-foot wide, 5 feet tall, 5 feet thick snow fort.
Okay. It immediately starts melting in this hot, not Louisiana weather.
It lasts for 24 hours. It also comes with 100 snowballs.
This is the stupidest thing.
I'm a winter domain cleric.
You okayed it.
If you were a summer domain cleric, could you summon like a vat of like coconut oil or something
Ooh.
Probably.
for tanning purposes?
Rock it.
What you're missing,
And nothing else.
Yeah.
what you're missing is that's one of two uses
Yeah.
of divine domain,
Yeah.
like for the entire session.
That's true.
Oh no, that's just one of my normal spells.
Phil, we have a question as to whether or not your snow fort is dummy thick.
Oh, it is super thick.
Okay.
At
Well,
least
yeah, if it's
4
gonna last
Cs.
24 hours in this
Ooh.
weather.
Yeah.
Nelson Moses has jumped through one of the windows in the fort and is currently barricading himself inside.
With what?
With just the snow, trying to like pack it into little things to make a fort within the fort.
Okay.
I'm just like leaning against the snow. It's very humid here. I don't like this. I need to cool off a little bit.
Okay.
I would like to throw a snowball at the nearest.
Roll,
tiefling.
roll
I've
dex.
failed everything I've tried to do.
Wait, guys, do you want to build a snowman?
That'd be a natural 20.
A natural 20. Nelson Moses peeks out the window of the thick snow fort.
Thickest window.
Yeah. And he leans out. In your sights, you see a tiefling in similar white robes with the Colonel Sanders tie.
Oh,
She has a basket in her hand that's full of apples.
Even
Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
Everyone
Yeah.
has the tie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm telling you, this is familiar. I swear I've been to this place before.
Mhm. And you haul back and you throw your thick snowball. It's so thick actually that it doesn't shatter when it hits her.
Oh god.
It sticks itself on the end of one of her horns. Because of that nat 20, you were able to just like you looked at her and your vision turned into like Terminator like targeting or something, and you were able to just throw it directly on.
Launch it and then you're. All right.
So the force of your nat 20 throw, like she's just like stunned for a second and just starts looking around. She drops her basket of apples. They go rolling off into the
Oh,
sort of
no.
the
She forgot her age 139th year. It's just gone.
I go and help her pick up the apples.
okay. So she
I
sees
scream out, throw the apples.
you coming over. How big are you?
6'5",
6'5".
about 250 pounds.
You're swole?
I'm swole as fuck.
All right. Watch your language, Bill.
Whoa!
It's the one for the session.
Why have we not put a filter on you?
Yeah. I guess if we're calling this PG-13, we're allowed one of those for the
Yeah.
entire
I've
run
used
of the
it.
thing.
Way to use it there.
Yeah. So you've used your
So early.
you've used your divine domain
I have
stuff
not.
and our one F-bomb.
Technically, actually, if you look through cinema history, there's actually multiple instances where multiple F-bombs were dropped in TV movies, not related to sex.
We're going to start an MPAA-related podcast, and we can have that conversation later.
It's just Gabe monologuing for an hour
But
and a half.
until then, Phil ruined it.
Yeah. So, anyways, Brensashi goes over and is helping the tiefling woman with a quickly melting thick snowball on her horn pick up her apples. And you walk over there, and she's just grumbling. She's looking around. Roll stealth.
That will come out to that's a 15 on the mall. With my skills, that becomes a great 20.
A 20. She cannot see where this snowball came from.
I've leaned past the thick window.
And
Yeah.
Gabe, let me tell you to roll in the dice tray like we do for because of the
yeah.
microphones. Yeah.
You don't get to re-roll that.
Yeah.
Oh no, I just tapped it down.
Okay.
As I'm picking up the apples with my 15 deception, I'm like, wow, this is crazy. This doesn't really happen around here often, does it? Giant snow forts just appearing out of nowhere.
Are you still leaving snow footprints in your wake?
Yes.
Okay. Is this a deception roll?
A 15 deception, yes.
Okay. That's what I was wondering.
She's like, she looks at you, up and down. Her eyes go wide. Let's find out if she doesn't. She, nat 20. She looks sort of past you and sees the tracks that led to here, and the slowly melting dragonborn ice prints. She's like,
She looks up in your eyes and she sees that they're just two snowflake pupils.
Yeah.
she looks up at you. She's like, no, this does not happen often in this region.
Where are we?
We are in this.
We're in
region.
Louisiana. Oh, sorry, not Louisiana.
Well, that's quite odd. Here are your apples, and I just go back to the party.
As you walk off, she's like, "Thank you for getting my apples, even though they are not covered with muck from the wet ground." Ah.
Sorry, I fear I would eat them if I tried to clean them.
You are not very personable or good at conversation.
No, I am not. And I just beeline right back to Grimlith.
She starts
Since
following.
we can bond, kind
She
of.
starts following you because now that you've called attention, she's curious about you now, having seen your ice footprints, and there's a big thick snow fort over there.
Does she slip on my footprints?
No. It was
Snow.
cocked dice. Snow, she doesn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's behind the DM screen.
Yeah.
You can't see it.
Yeah. What are the Milk Chop? What are you doing?
That's the big question.
I've walked up to the nearest vendor and I'm going to purchase some of his frog wares.
Frog wares.
Yeah, he's got all sorts of frog-themed accoutrements,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm asking, excuse me, sir,
Howdy, friend.
I was wondering about your frogs.
Are you talking about the frogs or are you talking about the toads? Because I got frogs and toads over here.
Oh man, frogs specifically.
Okay, well, you're going to want to look at this side over here. You can tell they're frogs because they're just a little bit smaller than the other ones. and
Yeah,
they're-
less thick for sure.
Exactly. They're thick with about a -C.
Fifth.
Some of us call that.
Yeah. So it's a bunch of different frog statues. Some of them are in sort of a ready to pounce kind of stance. Some of them are standing on two legs, sort of like
Oh,
Mr.
boy.
Toad. One of them's got like a toothpick. One of them's a toothpick holder.
Oh,
Yeah. And there's a couple of tadpole necklaces and things.
right.
Yeah.
I would like that one over there who's standing on one leg and then he has his other leg up in like a ballerina point and he's wearing a ballerina dress.
Okay. To each their own. That'll be 20.
Whoa. 20 unspecified currencies.
Do you know what kind of currency we use around these parts?
Cheese curds.
Very close. Chicken nuggets.
Oh, we've got a. I got. Good thing I picked up some nuggies on the way.
Absolutely. Now that's 10 nuggies to a nugget. And it's 10 nuggets to a full nug.
Yeah, to a nug.
Yeah.
And he said 20 nuggies, or was it to 20?
It's implied nuggies.
Okay,
Yeah.
default currency.
Yeah.
Yeah, here you go. Let me get this dancing frog statue. Is there anything special about it now that I've already purchased it?
If you wind it up, it'll spin around.
Oh, joy!
Grimlith leans over to Nelson and is like, "What? I thought we got this to eat. Am I in trouble?
I mean, have you been eating them?
All of them. I think I even ate yours.
Well, I mean, that's just rude in general,
Well,
but
you asked me to hold them, but that was like an hour ago.
they're all dry.
The
Oh.
shopkeep overhears your conversation. He's like, yeah, that's the problem with the nuggy economy. You start getting hungry, and you start going into the red. You gotta watch yourself. You gotta be disciplined.
That's how everybody keeps a very slim finger.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm on the way to bankrupting the party. We've barely even started this adventure.
I mean,
You haven't even gotten a drink yet.
I know.
it goes right into quite the opposite of
Yeah, like you're almost at yurt in luck at this point.
They're walking very slowly.
Yeah. Pam, what are you doing?
I don't know.
I would like to throw a snowball at Pam.
Okay, go for it.
Pamela size. Okay.
Yeah. Competing dex checks.
That was a massive
Roll a d20.
snowball.
Not my area.
I'm betting that you didn't pass that.
I don't think I passed that.
Hmm,
Oh
bet.
no, no. It's
Oh,
a 4.
no.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Oh, well then, yeah, it actually does.
What'd you get, Nelson Moses?
That was a roll of a 3, but it's +5.
Oh, she
Plus
actually
five.
because it was a.
Jesus.
Dex check.
Is it a +4?
Oh, if it's
My-
just Dex and not like.
My dex is negative.
Oh, it's negative. Oh, I
That
didn't
really
notice that.
sucks for a rogue.
I
okay.
generated that character very randomly for you. So yeah, okay.
Thanks.
It's just +3 if it's just Dex. I thought it
Okay.
was +3.
Oh,
yeah.
the save. Okay.
All right,
I was
so
gonna
you
say,
get-
Well, I thought it was like
Pegged in the
+6.
head by a snowball thrown from a thick snow fort.
Yeah.
Oh my god, let's get on with some plot.
What are
Okay,
you,
so
Alex?
as I wing this giant pamplemousse-sized snowball at
Wait a
Pam.
You made the snowball the same size as her?
I just kind of like launched it like a javelin through the window.
We're on the same side.
It's like a snow caber.
How many hit points? Oh God, you're in
I
a,
might be dead.
you're in a bad way.
I died.
It only barely
We
hit.
haven't even gotten to the
It
end
only
part.
barely hit. But as I do this, I will also leap and tumble out of the window onto the ground and go, "Quick, we need to move the plot along."
The plava.
The plot along.
Gotta move the plava along.
Is the tiefling woman still following me?
She's not like following you because that implies that she's like being sneaky about it. It's more like you see something interesting and you start walking over to it sort of with your head cocked. And she's like, "Why is Snowfort here? What's happening?"
Kind of like when people are looking for that
Excuse
open
me,
lane in the
the
grocery store.
plot.
Yeah.
If only there was some way for me to get into this tavern just a little bit faster. If only
Roll
the
dex.
universe.
Roll dex.
That is a 5.
That's a 4.
Minus 1 is a 4.
Uh-huh. The tavern actually moves further away from you at this point.
Oh no, the shifting swamps.
All right.
Hear you. I
Yeah.
could throw you.
The all right. The tiefling woman is like, "Well, if you are new to town, what you should do is go to the tavern, and you can find a way to secure rooms or something there."
I've been trying, but it's been moving away.
That
The tavern's a good judge of character.
this is problem with living in swamps. Sometimes ground gets away from you in more ways than figurative.
Grimlith looks down, and there's just like a single like plant tentacle that's trying to draw him into the jungle on the other side of town. He's like, "Oh, that's the
The
problem."
tiefling woman just gasps really quick and pulls a big stick out of her robe and starts beating at the tentacle. She's like, Egbert, you know better than do that.
Come along, Grimlith. Let's get you that drink.
But I had all my money.
I'll spot you.
Oh,
Oh,
you
you
are
are
a true mate.
you are a kind creature, spotting nuggies to friend in need.
But I'll hold on to them for now. Don't want another incident.
All right. You enter the freaking tavern.
Oh, at last.
Yeah. Let's make things simple and say that it's a circular building, like I said, because it's kind of yurt-like. Maybe about, I don't know, 50, 60 feet in diameter. There's a lot of open seating and stuff in there. There's like part of like along the wall. There's like, it looks like maybe it's divided into like 3/4 of it is for people to sit and hang out and drink, and then the back fourth is like bar and kitchen and stuff like that. So you see some folks milling about. Nobody necessarily seems to be minding the bar. There's a guy in like a stovepipe hat sitting over on the far, like about as far from the door as possible. Like if it were not a circle, he would be sitting in the corner, but he's just sitting near the wall at this point. There's a bard playing over by the fireplace, because there's like a stone chimney that's been cut out and all the wood and everything. Yeah. What else should be in there? Gabe, tell me some other stuff that's in here.
Above the mantelpiece is a beautiful and strange wooden carving of what looks like a banshee, almost like creature, sort of like its arms and hands splayed out and its jaw super low, with like very melted candles, but that seem to be half melted, but aren't melting any further.
Let's
Constantly lit.
say also that there's like a large blue like circle, sort of like in its chest. It's almost like bulging out a little bit,
Yes.
like right in the center.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's quite horrifying, and the bard currently is singing a song about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the song goes a little something like this. Liz, could you give me that first line?
No, I cannot.
Give him a beat. Give him a beat.
Yeah, beat me.
No.
Yeah, beatbox it,
Please
Liz.
beat me.
No,
Liz.
please don't make me do this.
All right. All right.
Within
I got
reach.
you. I got you.
She wailing, she's snoring. This house is a boring. I wish an adventure party would come and make it a little livelier, yeah.
Wiki, wiki, wiki.
Yeah, this is a low tavern.
This bard sucks.
I agree.
Nice.
We need a drink to listen to this anymore.
I've never heard anything so upsetting.
Quick question: If that fort lasts for 24 hours, it does snowballs unless they're like tossed or
Yeah, once they're
actively-
thrown, they begin to melt like normal.
Okay, but if I can like hold them,
Yeah,
Do
they
they
stay for
stay?
24 hours.
What counts as a throw though? Like if you toss it, like just
Once it is picked up and then leaves the hand.
so you can't even just toss it like a baseball.
No,
Okay.
it would begin to melt if you did that.
Okay.
I will scoop 3 of them into my towel
Okay.
and enter the bar as well.
Grimlith
I'm
and I
looking
will
for
go
syrup.
to the actual bar area and just look around for service.
Okay. Pam, I'm going to make you do something at some point.
Can I steal the blue thing?
It's like in a painting, isn't it?
Oh, it's I thought it was like a
oh,
carve.
yeah, it was
like
a wood
Yeah.
carving.
Wait,
Oh, it's a wood carving?
So,
I thought it was a
yeah,
painting. Okay, yeah.
okay.
Did
Yeah,
you
can
make
take it.
this rogue?
3-dimensional wood
Yeah,
carving.
no, I randomly
That's what I
generated it.
This rogue has a -3 dex.
I know. I
Oh
was
my
really
God.
surprised when I
Does it
found
help
out about it.
Maybe like swap 2 of those numbers so that you have a dex that actually works.
It was so
For a
close
rogue?
to it was so close to starting, and I was just like, "Wah!" I hit the random button, and I didn't even look at it when I printed it out. I just put it on the table.
Nobody worried that Alon was so upset by this character sheet that he had to leave.
That's
He realized
exactly
the
what
AC
happened.
is still on, so he's
Oh.
going to turn that off so that you all don't have to hear the whole time we're recording.
What if I just
And
make
so
that
we can
noise?
suffer.
Yeah, they could still hear that noise the whole time we're recording if you want to make it.
Okay, I feel like it adds to the ambiance.
Mm-hmm.
Only if you sing it.
There you go.
Ambience.
But yeah, I thought this was like some sort of 3D wood carving thing.
Okay,
So
yeah,
I'm gonna try to
it's a
steal
wood
the
carving
blue
thing. I misunderstood. Okay. All right, I guess roll stealth
Okay.
on your dex-based rogue.
I was kind of imagining like a carbonite kind of thing where it's like it's looks like it's coming out of the wood.
You know what? Even with a -3.
No. She's trained in stealth. It's only a -1.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a proficiency.
Okay. All right.
Can we real quick? Why is your character so unstealthy? Please give us
Yeah,
a reason
yeah, give
why.
us some background on
Yeah.
Oh God.
He's like cosplaying Woody the whole time.
Is your foot broken and it's in a cast?
Or was it cut off with a
actually,
peg leg?
No, just I have the oldest glasses in the entire world. I have been taping them together with duct tape and gum, and it's really just becoming this giant monstrosity around my eyes.
You can't even see her face. It's such a huge, ill-constructed glasses. One lens is at this angle, the other one's at like that angle, and it just is like.
You're like the nerd from every 80s movie.
Yes.
But it's also so out of date that the prescriptions changed so much since then that you really can't see with
Yep.
or without them.
They're like this thick. They're kind of just like down my nose all the time.
Mhm.
This is the reason.
What's the weirdest thing that's holding them together? You've already said gum and tape, but those are pretty normal. What's the weirdest thing that in your travels you had to resort to holding them together
Barbed
after
wire?
someone broke your
Oh,
glasses?
God.
Yep, it's just weaved together with barbed wire. I have a couple of screws sticking in there.
Oh my god, you're quickly becoming Frankenstein's monster.
What else would
An
I attach
unplaceable
things?
epoxy made
You
by
know what?
Nelson
I
Moses.
think you know what this Frankenstein monster would have a -3 dex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like you see me coming and you're like, the heck is that?
No, you
You think you're
So-
stealthy, but it's just
Yeah.
everybody gets out of your way
Yeah.
and ignores you.
Yeah.
you think that they see you coming, but instead you rolled a.
I rolled 17,
Well,
but I
so-
guess that's
But if you're trained in it, then that's only a -1, like Alon
Okay,
said.
good.
So that's a 16.
16.
So you just like
Go.
clump up to
Don't
it.
do that. Don't
Don't
do that
do
to the
that.
microphone.
It's fine. I did it because of the microphone.
No,
Oh.
don't.
It'll give that real ambiance. to the
Exactly.
listeners.
That
They'll be
real-
like,
Thank you, Gabe.
That real noise garbage ambiance.
We're not editing this later. I'm not worried about it.
That's precisely why you can't do things like that.
Here are a couple
Noise Garbage is
screws
one of my
from
favorite bands.
These are the things holding together.
Wait, where's the gum?
You
This is just out of your pockets.
Yeah.
And
Awesome.
staples. This is just somebody who wants to
That's-
get tetanus.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what was holding together. That
Okay,
fell
here's
as
a
I
piece of
climbed
tape.
up.
Oh my gosh.
That's
So you-
impressive.
So
Thanks,
you,
it's actually been hurting for a while.
so you,
The stream is about helping people.
yeah, you clomp up to this thing like some like thick-booted satyr wearing like punk boots or something like that. But everybody is so aghast at the bard's really crappy tune, and people are paying attention to the giant snow monster that just walked in, that you managed to walk up there and sort of regard it. And you look and you see that sort of the blue sphere in there is not in there terribly tightly. It looks like it's a separate part that was put in later. And you can reach up and grab it if you want.
I'm gonna do that.
You're going to yeet it?
I'm gonna yoink it. I'm just gonna yoink it out.
There you
yoink.
go.
That's the word I was looking
Okay.
for. Yoink it. I'm not eating it.
You know what they say? Yoink and yeet.
Yeah, first you yoink, then you eat.
Yeah, you can't eat before you yoink.
Yeah. Someone's got real long arms.
You need to wait at least 30 minutes to yoink after yeeting.
Yeah.
Are you sure it's not yeet after yoinking?
No, you can yeet after yoinking. That's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
Okay, we have
You
to wait
just,
30
just
minutes.
don't just don't
Yeah.
yoink after yeeting.
Yeah.
Got it.
That-
So you just
think of
eat
the
it like
boost
8
on it.
minutes.
Okay,
It's
Yeah,
a
no,
cool
it's the
down.
boost
It's a
head.
cool
I know.
down.
Yeah.
that's fair. That's fair.
All right.
What are cookies? Is that a
I'm not
cool down?
helping.
Yeah.
What was going on in the plot again?
She was.
Why are we here?
So Nelson walks directly up to the bar area too, and it's like, is there some service around here?
You hear somebody shout from the back, "Just a minute!" And he comes
All
in,
right, I'm accountant.
and within 59 seconds, he comes with. He's got a barrel, like held up like this.
Ooh.
It's got 3 X's on it, and he sets it on a stand on the bar.
Gosh.
Well,
And-
thank you, Dance Over the Moon, for gifting a sub to Selflong.
Delightful. sets it down. He's like, "What can I get you?"
Oh, sorry.
You weren't paying
I was-
attention to me.
I was waiting.
You had the gall to ask
I
for
was
service.
waiting that extra 1 second.
That XX extra.
So
Stick with 3
This is
X's.
a PG-13 stream.
yeah,
There's like it was on the barrel.
XXX means grog.
Okay.
You got to read it right. It's Welsh.
This guy's a dwarf, by the way.
You need
Oh.
to be at least 30 years old to drink this.
Yes. Look at him. I will say, well, I definitely know I would like not chicken.
Oh, that'd get expensive, I tell you.
Yeah. You got any other kind of meats here?
Let's see. We got veal. We got pork.
You got bison?
We got gator.
Ooh, I'll take me some gator.
All right. You want a full tail?
Half tail, please.
All right. I'll give you a half tail.
How many hugs? That
That would be 2 nuggets.
2 nuggets.
So 20 nuggies.
I thought you
Lord.
said hugs.
I will also accept
Francis
physical
hugs.
affection as currency, as I am a lonely person.
Wow, what a deal.
How much
I will.
for the barrel?
That will be 10 hugs.
Gladly.
And I'm not just talking about some measly hugs. These are bear hugs. 10 bear hugs. So that's equal to 20 regular hugs.
I just reach over the bar, grab him, and just squeeze until I hear popping.
Of his head.
Roll athletics.
flying off.
That's borderline chiropractic, mate.
He initially is taken aback by the force of your affection, but then he finds
Most people are.
comfort in it, and he just sort of goes like this.
It's a soothing chill.
Exactly.
Yeah, especially against the weather and the heat,
Yeah.
and just nobody's felt calm and cold like that in a long time.
He's like, "Nice to meet you, friend. What's your name?"
My name is Bren Sashi, but you can call me Bren, friend.
He snuggles up into your chest some more. He's like, "Great to meet you. I'm Eric Bearson, dwarven adventurer!" Exclamation point.
Oh, so you're an adventurer too?
I was once upon a time. I've settled down in this area. I hired a druid to help build this tavern for me, and I've just sort of settled into a bit of a quiet life here, he says as he continues to burrow into your muscly chest.
Did you take an arrow to the knee, mate?
I did.
I could take a look at that for you if you'd like.
That's such an odd place to take an arrow.
That's how it goes.
It's a long story. I was using some acrobatics to try to escape some halfling archers that were coming after me. They were ducking down, and I was jumping up just at the wrong time. Shot me right through the knee.
Classic mistake.
I got capped.
Yep. It's happened to me before.
So yeah. So what brings you all here?
Well, we're looking for a little bit of adventure ourselves, and also that barrel.
Oh yeah. Well, you can have the barrel. This was more than the cost of that barrel, I'm sure.
I'm glad you
Can
appreciate
that cover
it.
my gator tail?
I mean, those gator tails are pretty darn expensive. I gotta hire hunters to go out for that
How
stuff.
about I braid your hair? Will that count?
Sure.
All right.
I rolled a 1.
I'll set him down in front of Nelson and grab the, just stick my claws into the barrel and just chill it with my aura of cold that I'm emanting.
Roll a
And I'll
sleight of hand.
offer a stein of it to you.
We didn't even try it yet. How do you know it's better cold?
It is.
Everything's better cold.
Oh, it's not true, mate.
Fight me.
Well,
That's just the facts. There's no fighting.
in
So-
my experience, a lot of alcohols are better cold because they taste vile to begin with.
Excuse you, mate.
So when they're cold, you can't taste them as well.
My culturally unacceptable answer is coffee. I don't like cold coffee.
We're gonna fight.
I know.
Good. I
Right.
don't like cold coffee.
I'm on
either.
her side.
This is splitting the party.
There's a difference between cold coffee and cold brew. I hate
Well,
cold
yeah.
brew, but I like cold coffee just fine.
Heathen.
Cold brew is nasty.
Cold brew is delicious.
Whatever.
Ba-ba-ba-ba.
All right, before a fist fight breaks out over this table,
Yeah. All of a
We're
sudden,
looking
your
for an
character
adventure.
shrinks to 3 feet tall.
I begin just drinking out of the barrel.
It's shrinking juice. Oh no.
So, Nelson Moses is over there braiding Eric Bearson,
I got
Dwarven
18
Adventurer's
on
hair.
Spider-Man
Okay.
to-
So,
that's
what kind of braid are you giving him? Like a French braid?
Oh, fishtail.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Braiding his hair. His eyes are closed. He's just sort of like lost in the moment. He feels like really appreciated and loved after that hug. And now you're braiding his hair. He's trying to decide whether or not to ask you to like paint his nails or something at this point as well.
I mean, if you got the power.
He's like, so how long y'all been traveling?
That was definitely a good month of walking. We were riding a horse. Then the horse tried to eat the nuggets.
All you
so-
riding one horse?
Yeah.
We
it
got
was-
very close.
They
Also
made me
a lot of
walk.
chores.
If you can see, everyone else's hair is already braided.
He notices.
Got to keep them fingers nimble.
Are y'all just passing through?
I believe we're looking for work. Need more nugs.
Do you
Yeah.
have another performer lined up? I see the bard is stepping away after being booed off of the stage.
That's fine. That's my nephew. I just sort of let him. I just do this as a favor to my sister. Let him perform.
If you don't mind, I have a performance that I'd like to perform.
Oh, is that the one? I mean, I got my big jug. You need me to play my jug?
Oh, if you could put that jug just right in the middle of the stage, that would be great.
Yeah.
Nelson Moses's large jug band.
My big old jug.
Are you gonna play it, or are you just putting it in the middle of the stage?
In the middle of the
Depends
stage.
Depends on the performance.
It's
really.
performance art, is what it is.
Oh, okay, it's an installation.
Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, he looks at you. He's like, "I'm willing to see where this goes."
Me too.
I hand him back the now empty barrel so that he can use it later.
Hello, everyone. My name is Shabby. The performance you're about to see is called Dances with Wolves.
Yay, Shabby!
The crowd very cautiously applauds because this is something different than what they've had to put up with for the last few weeks of Eric Bearson, Dwarven Adventurer's untalented nephew. But just because it's different doesn't mean it's going to be better, and they're very wary of that.
Yeah. So, Shabby immediately sets on the mug the toad figurine.
It was a frog figurine.
It was a frog. You're right.
He explained this difference
Right.
to you very, very carefully.
Right. That's why I said it out of character. And put this frog figurine right here. Let me just crank it up so
Uh-huh.
I can have some music. Crank, crank. Okay. I hope somebody's about to whistle or hum something. By that I mean this music's gonna play when this frog starts twirling.
The crowd so far is mildly interested in what's going on. You notice people leaning forward.
You had
in
this
their seats.
prepared, didn't you?
Yeah. They're very excited to see where this is going. But it's been going on just a little bit too long, and you're starting to lose them a little bit. You're going to need to do something to really bring them back in.
I got the jug. I'll hop in and roll performance on that jug.
All right.
Ooh, that's a 19 plus.
You end up just sort of spitting on the jug.
19 plus
Oh.
2.
I was distracted.
It's very
21.
difficult to play a
Right.
jug. Okay.
I rolled a 22
Okay.
on my dance move to do a split, but a split where instead of having my legs go apart horizontally, they just fly off my body. they come back. They come back. It's all an optical illusion. They come back.
But I use Ray of Frost to cause an explosion of ice behind him as he finishes.
Sure.
I do that.
What kind of warlock are you again?
The best kind.
The kind that shoots his legs off and brings them back using magic.
I'd like to thank some of my patrons who made this possible, my demon patrons who you all should worship at least at the $1 level. They are Lost Limey, Minds of Moria, Self-Willed, and of course Marion.
The well-known demon.
Those are
Marion.
all popular, all very popular demons who are worthy of your time. Thank you.
Mate, we've all heard of Marion the Terrible. She's vicious. You don't cross her.
She'll blow your legs off.
I thought it was Marion the Majestic.
It's my-
Did we read the wrong book?
She has
Well,
a
it's
lot of
my
names to a lot of
understanding-
different people.
It's
Yeah,
my
she's like
understanding
Gandalf. She's
Oh,
like
that
Gandalf.
makes sense.
that she will straight banhammer you if you misbehave.
Some people
So-
like that.
South of the river, she's known as Marion Thunder.
Yeah. We'll see.
Um,
Don't do stuff to get you banned. That's just
yeah, there you
common
go.
sense.
I feel like I've fulfilled my patron duties for content creation for this chapter.
While you all were just sort of talking about all that stuff, the crowd has gotten up and they're applauding. One woman is crying. She's like, "We've never seen anything like that before." Like a man who looks like he's maybe worked the farm for years, very rough-looking guy, is like, "You've opened my mind to art and new forms of expression." And then Eric Bayerson, Dwarven Adventurer, like hobbles up to you. He's like, "All right, that wasn't bad. You know, if you guys are going to be in town for a while, that might be something I'd like you to do tomorrow, you know, during the dinner hour or something."
Yeah, I mean, as long as it brings prosperity to those who've lifted me higher.
Not
or the boys
again,
to the yard.
not again, Shabby. We're supposed to be adventurers, not bards living in taverns, playing every night, drinking to our heart's content.
At this
Well, you know, this might actually not be so bad.
You know, I like to have very diverse interactions for my demon patrons. So I think we should get out of here. Is there
Yeah.
something we could do, possibly involving? Oh my God, the blue stone is missing.
I mean, that's not the blue stone. That's a piece of wood that's in that statue over there. But, you know, now that you mention it, since you guys are active adventurers, I think you might want to go sort of to the other end of town and pay a visit to our mayor, Governessa. She might have some work for you guys. We have stuff that pops up every once in a while, and we need to get some outside contractors to handle things.
Like moles.
Or voles.
We know a thing or two about whacking moles.
Tell me.
Get them in the head with a mace.
Or you,
Yeah.
or you make sure that every single one of them has a consistent shape and color.
Yeah, you really want to watch out for those moles that just show up out of nowhere.
I've got so many that I
Yeah.
really need to get checked.
But
At my $7 level, you can help me check my moles.
anybody who
I
signs
pay you more to not.
yeah.
Yeah, that's 8.
That's the $8
It's a
level.
battle.
Yeah, so for the most part, whacking moles is really good for spurs in my boots. But, I mean,
Oh my God, the color of these glasses.
guys and gals, we are a little sparse on nuggets.
Oh no! Who
Maybe-
ate all of the nuggies?
Maybe we can. That's not a horse.
I just turned towards Grimwood.
Definitely wasn't this guy. Wait, no, that's not how lion works. Crap!
That was in fact the truth.
But maybe if we talk to this mayor, what was his first name? Governor?
Governor.
Yeah.
It was a very common first name for women back in the day. It's lost a little bit of its commonality over
Uh-huh.
the years.
You know, they say they don't make governors like that anymore.
Wait, let me just to clarify. This is mayor, governor, governessa.
Correct.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Correct.
Just wanted to be sure I was.
Do you have to say the whole thing?
Yeah, just like Eric Bangerson, Dwarven Adventurer.
Inflection is very, very important. If you don't yell it, it's actually offensive.
Well, yeah, it's Dwarvish is a tonal language.
It's like Chinese.
Yeah, exactly. You have to have an aggressive tone certain times.
Strikes.
at least in my experience. In the Underdark.
So
Wait,
I will thank
in the Dark.
Eric
The
and
Underdark.
That's not my name.
out of character. I thank Eric
That other guy at the bar.
for his delicious beer.
We appreciate you, Eric Bangerson, dwarven adventurer.
Close
And,
enough.
and I will grab the rest of the party and say, towards adventure. And lead them towards Mayor Governor Governessa.
I thought you meant you actually like just
Yes.
this up. Okay.
I'm
neat.
bigger than all of you.
That's fair.
As it turns out, Basenshi is our horse.
Okay.
That's Brensashi.
Right. What did you say?
Yeah.
I gave you one beer. How drunk are you, Grimliff?
It was really good beer.
I'm not.
I mean, it was.
And you're a real good horse.
And you know what? He also ate 200 nuggies, so he's
True.
Yeah, he should not be.
Here, girl.
I just glare at Nelson and throw him on my
That's
back.
why you went to pick up those apples, because you're actually a horse.
That's why he was so concerned about cleaning them.
I hate this.
Wait, that's why you're wearing shoes.
Yeah. Are you really a centaur?
No.
Are you saying Dragonborn can't be horses?
You know what?
If
Since-
anything, I'm part tree.
here's how. All right. Here's what it is.
So I felt the
Dragonborn,
apples were
horse.
my children.
Here's what it is. He's a centaur, and since you all said you were riding one horse to get here, he's like a centaur, but like a dachshund.
Oh,
He's like really
yeah.
long.
It's like a centipetar.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah, he's got
Now
six
your
legs.
wife's got more legs. I don't like it.
I'm now changing this on my character sheet.
Nelson, much like myself, doesn't like things with more than
Well,
recommended number of legs.
it's only 6 legs. So that'd
Wow.
be an insectar.
Nelson's legist.
That's the recommended number.
Centipedes have exactly the amount of legs that
No,
they
they
need.
don't. They don't. They really
How do you
don't.
feel
They
about
don't-
snakes?
They don't have enough.
Snakes are great.
They don't have any legs.
I know,
That's
recommended
also-
number, 0.
That's not a recommended number.
That's a great number for legs, honestly. You just subtract it. Now someone else can have those legs. Someone that might need them. You know,
How that
amputees.
works.
So, Countess, Queen
It is
Elizabeth,
Brackett.
Duchess II.
All right, you all exit. You're out of luck after having caused a fuss. You're arguing about legs. All of a sudden, you're a weird-looking dog centaur now.
It's just we have a
What a
magic item
promotion.
of transformation. That's all it is. you
Yeah.
know.
Exactly. You've been polymorphed.
Yeah, again?
Yeah, exactly.
Why does this always happen to me?
It's only when he puts on the reins, though. Which, by the way, it was really awkward learning that the first time.
I'm not even going to get into why I was doing that the first time.
Good. For the best.
Yes.
PG-13 Street.
So
No, the PG-13 Street.
towards the mayor's house.
Yeah, so the mayor lives in a house that is similar to the most of the construction you're seeing around here, which looks like it was just sort of grown from the ground, like Druid style.
I thought you meant it was still being built. Everything's in it.
You see people who have built like the wood frames for their house doing like wattle and daub
Yeah.
on everything.
Yeah.
Try to cool things down.
Because they're all wasps.
I could help
Yeah.
with that.
You could, but
could.
instead we're leading you. Come on, we're trying to do an adventure. Why do you always get sidetracked?
Come on.
All right. So I walk up to the
I
door
like how
and knock.
I like how Phil the contractor is trying to make his character a contractor.
He's like
I'm
building.
here with cooling stuff off.
Yeah. You could
I thought you were just trying to help them finish the houses.
No!
special.
I don't want to do anything like that.
Wait. That doesn't
Being
match the
cowboy.
color. Give me a second. You gotta prime it first.
All right, so the mayor's house, Mayor Governor Governessa's house, has a sign outside that says Governessa in fancy scroll type. So that's how you know it's hers, and also people pointed you that way. So you're not lost. You're exactly where you need to be.
I
And
think we
there's
should
no,
go in a different direction.
there's no other BS going on. You're at the end of a cul-de-sac.
We didn't ask anyone for directions. They just saw us walking through town and they were like, that's the governess's house.
We're standing on a spot that says "You are here."
Giant red X.
I knock on the door.
The door, as you knock on it, begins to open. It's two thin double doors that open inward, kind of like French doors, but made out of branches.
I wait for a response before going in.
A woman who has sort of an ethereal glow about her, but also at the same time is very, very tired, shambles in from a room off the side of the foyer. She's got a mug in her hand. She sees you at the door, and she sees you at the door, and with her other non-coffee cupped hand, waves you in.
Is this
I
hot
go on.
coffee or
No,
cold
it's definitely
coffee?
hot coffee.
Hang
Look at
on.
the steam
Odds
rising off of
hot, evens
it.
cold. She's a terrible person.
Is that cold enough for you, ma'am? I could help you with that.
She's like, thanks. I was really looking forward to an iced coffee. It's just so hot around here all the time.
I just conjure one of my ice knobs and I just dip it into the coffee and
Ice
chill it.
knobs.
Knives.
Oh, okay.
No, I
That
heard
is my
no.
backup weapon. I can conjure knives of ice.
Okay. You put your ice knife in her coffee, and she grabs it and just starts stirring it.
Cuts the coffee up.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's important.
It makes the coffee so cold that now she's just cutting little blocks of coffee for herself. She leads you all into the foyer. She's like, yeah, I heard there were some strangers in town.
We are a bit strange, aren't we?
I would say you look like some sort of centaur dachshund.
They were talking about Bren Satch. I thought that they were talking about someone who you would possibly be able to hunt down to help you rest better.
What my friend here is trying to say is
I need to drink the blood of other adventurers.
we're looking for a job if you might have one.
As you're talking, her gaze sort of sweeps around all of you
on my back.
before landing on Pam. It's like, good God. Your head is like a square.
Yes, I'm the weird one here.
My glasses, I can't see with my glasses.
Are you Velma Dinkley?
I actually get pretty good radio reception with all the wires and everything.
Oh, can we please have you have one of those dental headgear kind of
Oh,
no.
Oh god.
Yeah.
I mean, with this dexterity,
Gonna have to. Done.
you get a +1 to armor class or something.
Yes, yes. Write that down.
Yeah, since it
even
must
know
be
what
super low because your dex is so bad. No, it actually is it calculated here? Your armor class is something horrible. Let me figure this out.
Yeah, what is
What
that?
did you do to me, Brandon?
He hit
Because the
random.
Yeah.
-3,
You
I'm
can-
seeing what she's wearing for armor.
You can blame D&D.
I would
Beyond.
say
I wish
nothing.
yours
You're
was
wearing
minus
nothing.
3.
No, she's got.
Because it'd be 10 minus 30.
It's 8. No, she's got +1 because of her headgear. She's got a 9 armor class.
Jesus.
Well, we all...
I'm just wearing a burlap
Look,
sack
she's-
and a headgear.
We need to get you some heavy armor stat. The rogue with heavy armor.
I got saved by a wizard one time, and his niece's cousin's great granddaughter just needed some help out, so we took on her best friend.
They didn't want me either.
Her name's Pamp Mo. She makes the rest of us feel better.
Especially me with my strange legs now.
Your strange
I
dog
think
leg.
you look fine.
The trouble is,
Oh no!
She's like,
Do I
Pam-
have dots in
Pam Mo,
legs?
Pam
Yeah.
Mo's- Pam Mo's like, your 3 legs look fine.
Apparently I have dots in legs, so I'm like 2 feet of lower body and 4.5 feet of upper
Yes.
body.
You're like, oh, you look fine. So the
Y'all's feet are
ultimate arc
dragging
of
on the
this
ground.
story is going to be the two of them getting together and
Yes.
accepting each other.
Yes.
For who they really are.
Exactly.
Our children will be abominations.
God.
I'm already an
Abominable
abomination.
snowminations.
I think the situation here is that Pampmo, despite her irrational character sheet, is the most rational of the entire party as a
Mhm.
person.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's really good for us to have her as like a sounding board
Yeah.
before we make any big
Hard
decisions.
life experience has
Yeah.
taught her how to look at situations objectively. and
Everyone,
I can
give
look
me,
objectively not well, but it's objectively.
excuse me, governess, give us 1 second. We need to have a vote right now. I nominate Pampamo to be the leader, without which we make no decisions.
No.
Aye.
Good news, we'll make no decision.
That's double eyes right there.
Good.
That's
good.
unanimous.
I hate the direction this went.
Wait. Did she get a vote?
No, of course not.
She
Okay,
should
fair.
get a vote. If you run for
Yeah.
president, you're allowed to vote for
Yeah,
yourself.
who
There
are you
go.
voting for, Pammo?
I'm gonna vote for you.
All right. Well, you still lose. So
It's just-
you're
the governess
leader.
is like, if you like, I can tally the votes for you.
Oh,
as she
please.
sips her iced coffee.
Yeah.
All right, somebody give me a hat.
No, you got the sword.
Oh, she takes the ice sword from her coffee, stabs all the paper that you all wrote the votes on, brings it over and starts reading it off. She's like, "That's 1 for Pam."
Like how it went from Pam to Pam. It was awkward shortening.
That's
keep growing a paper
1 for
thing.
Mr. Milk Chop.
Oh, cool.
We've got another one for Pamp.
All right, it's 2.
Yeah.
Tight race.
This one somebody just wrote Pam, but I think they meant Pamp. And another one for Pamp. So it looks like Pamp's with 80% of the vote, Pamp is the
Yeah.
unqualified leader.
I got more votes than
Yeah,
I've ever
very
gotten.
unqualified leader. All right.
I
All right,
mean-
Mayor, Governor, Governess.
Mayor, governor, governess.
Yes.
Wait, don't, Pammo, why are we here? Talk to this mayor for us.
Why are we here?
I would like to introduce you to the leader of our merry band of whatever we are.
Merry band of goons.
Love Pamplemousse.
I'm never coming back here.
The mayor, governor, governess extends her hand. Like, she moves her coffee cup to her other hand, extends it to shake your hand.
Shake her hand, greet her warmly.
She's like, I have great respect for you for leading and keeping these people in line.
It's very hard.
Just like
I'm
your
sure
teeth.
you understand.
She's like, I just want to warn you, sometimes at night we have lightning storms. I think it would be best for you to stay inside. For some of this.
That's a good
Yeah.
point.
No, she uses that the lightning energy, and she uses it to zap her foes.
Yeah, I actually specifically gave her some thick rubber bottom boots to help ground her.
Somebody
Okay.
give us a thick count in the audience.
That's
The
Marion,
thickest boots. The thick boots do not help with my dexterity.
no, but they help you survive.
They're
Like
just they're squares.
No,
they're just
no, wait.
blocks.
What they are? They're those boots that like force you to walk on your the balls of your feet and everything. They're like horse feet kind of things.
Are you,
Oh,
I mean,
my.
centaur. Are you talking about like centaur feet?
Sort of.
I would take offense if I wasn't a Dodson centaur.
Yeah, they're boots.
You're a Dachshund
Oh,
centaur,
you
not a
mean,
Datsun
Satyr.
centaur.
Yeah,
You're not a
Satyr.
1970s
Satyr.
hatchback.
Ooh.
So Mayor, Governor, Governessa, we've been wandering around aimlessly trying to look for a plot.
There aren't many plots in this town. It's a fairly quiet place. However,
Oh man,
I
is
do-
there an unbought plot?
Well, y'all did have that random snow fort out there.
I mean, technically, isn't?
that was a plot of land that somebody built something
Hey,
on.
everyone, chill. She's about to tell us a plot.
hindquarters of horses are plots as well. We already have one.
Alright, so I guess we found the plot. We should just end the story here.
But where's the plot?
The rest of this can just
Yeah.
be about the two of you getting and finding the true meaning of love and
Yeah.
acceptance.
Yep,
stares
that's
at
it.
the plot.
She's like, but there is something that's come up in the last few weeks that I think you all could probably help us with.
We'd love to help with whatever it is, please.
Does it pay?
There will be some sort of remuneration involved.
Ah, fantastic.
Not too far from here, there's a very large poultry farm, and they owe me a favor. So, if you're successful, you all could have all the nuggies you want.
Good.
Delightful.
I was not
Enough to make nugget.
You all, very soon, you all could be like Scrooge McDuck swimming in a vat of nuggies.
That's a little sick.
My dream come
It's in a
true.
to-go tube.
I mean, you more slither through That of
You're
nuggies.
like a dog snake, basically. You're like a UNT dog.
I need to just keep changing my character appearance. I had a very set image in my mind,
No.
and now it is gone.
How did you not realize you were a changeling already?
He's a skinwalker.
But she's
Luke
like,
Skin.
she's like, I don't know if you all have noticed, but there are no children left in this town.
I did notice that, in fact.
Oh, that's weird that you noticed that.
Wait a minute, you're not one of those towns that eat the kids, are you?
No.
Oh, it's a good question.
Okay, I wasn't sure. I mean, I've been to Ireland.
Yeah.
Go on.
No, we're not a town that eats children.
Okay.
There's
Fair.
It's a modest proposal.
a couple of counties over. There's one of those, but we don't associate.
You're
with
not
them
looking
anymore.
for like people to be breeders, right? I'm not.
She wants us to repopulate the place.
Jess even said.
God no.
No, she's like, no, it's not like that. Our kids were taken.
Oh, okay, neat.
Yeah, relax,
did you
girl.
want them back?
I mean, that would be swell.
Okay.
That's what I was gonna pay you all the nuggets
Okay,
for.
We can help you with that. Yeah.
She's like, many months ago, we started receiving visits from an old witch woman. She would come into town. She would buy our apples. She would shop at our craft fair.
Did you buy any spinning wheels, perhaps?
She did not buy any spinning wheels. We don't cotton to that kind of work around here. She would come. She told us that she lived out in the woods. She was sort of a hermit, but she was trying to maintain some sort of connection to people, even though she didn't want to be around them all the time.
I understand.
And one night, all of us in town were just sort of caught in some sort of fugue. We could sort of see what was going on, but we couldn't move, we couldn't react. And she led all of the children of the town out into the woods, and we haven't been able to find them yet.
Did you send your greatest warrior, Liam Neeson?
We did not. We don't have anybody with that special set of skills in this town.
It's rare. Neesa's piece is a rare bird.
We would have tried to find her, but she stole the one item that we had that could do the kind of scrying necessary to be able to locate her. The orb of blue raspberry.
Heard of that?
It's so venerated in this town that there's actually a carved statue over at the tavern of the banshee from whom we got it when she was defeated many
That's
centuries
why
ago.
I heard of that.
All the
Okay.
all the priests of the blue raspberry have blue mouths.
They do.
Yeah.
Someone defaced that. Last we were in there wasn't any sort of blue on that at all.
No.
But there was a big indent where you'd
Definitely
expect
didn't
it to
see
be.
any blue.
No, it's definitely gone.
Well, it's not like the guy who did it was a pretty good artisan, but I think he did that one in kind of a hurry. I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't set that in there exactly the way it needed to be. It probably rolled off into the fire, or that stupid bard nephew of the tavern owner took it, or something like that.
Oh,
Definitely
Tobias.
Mm-hmm. Tobias the bard.
I don't know why.
Tobias Beggerson, or whatever the guy's name was. Bangerson. Tobias Bangerson.
Yeah.
Dwarven bard.
Well, so we should be looking for the blue orb then.
I mean, I feel like if you find one, you'll probably find the other.
Right. So they're together.
Mm-hmm. That's the thing.
Blue orb, like a.
Well, in
Like
which
a dwarf?
direction did the witch pull these kids?
Was it to the west?
Which direction? With a T.
Oh, actually, let me just roll one.
Please tell me to the west. Can't deal with it.
All right. It's actually the north.
Oh, snap.
Surgeon.
Yeah. We're not really in a position to be able to go look right now because we don't have anybody who's skilled with a sword or anything like that.
Right, you were relying on your children for that.
Exactly. That's why you have kids, so you don't have to work the farm or go protect the lands. You
Aye.
just put a knife in their hands and tell them to go patrol.
Aye.
Make very good tiny shields.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, those bucklers are pretty small.
Mm-hmm. But she's gone north because we knew that that's where she had built her hut, and it's very close to the mist-covered land of the damp, also known as Damp Land.
Is it any cooler up north where she may be?
I mean, the mist is really just all the humidity. So no is the answer to that.
It looks very downtrodden.
I heard it was the sweat of frogs and toads.
I think it was just frogs.
Oh,
I don't think toads
yeah.
were involved.
Right.
Yeah, it's too soggy up there for toads.
Mm.
They have to stay in sort of the dry areas.
Yep. If it's soggy, it's a froggy.
If it's soggy, it's froggy. I
That's-
guarantee.
Yeah, that's the saying.
That's the
That's,
saying.
how it
Yeah.
goes.
But it snowed. Now it's snowed.
Yep.
Ugh.
If you're in the cold.
It's trash.
So anyway, will you go and try and find these kids and our orb of raspberry for me?
We shall.
All right.
That's up to the party leader that we just nominated.
Yeah.
Don't you dare
Yeah.
speak over Pompo.
Yeah. And Mayor Governor Governessa is like, yeah, what am I thinking? You need to show some respect.
She whispered it in one of my ears.
Oh,
one
wait,
of my
how-
very
how
floppy
did she
ears.
Wow,
it?
your relationship is progressing so
How many
quickly.
ears do you have?
Sensually.
2, but they're floppy.
Lift it up.
Exactly.
Wait, can you demonstrate that here?
Large
Scared to
elephant
talk
ears.
to
Can you
her.
demonstrate where you whispered?
Show us on the Austin doll where you whispered in his ear.
Just tell all your secrets to Steve Austin.
316.
He is thick.
He's a stone cold.
That's
secret
number
keeper.
7.
And that's the bottom line because Stone Cold said so.
His bottom line is pretty thick.
Mm.
He is a Stone Cold stunner.
Sorry, I lost my train of thought.
That's fine.
Every time I see Steve Austin, same.
That's
Yeah.
it.
All right, so the mayor, governor, is probably like, wonderful. Well, I will make sure you all are provisioned well for this trip. It'll probably take you a couple of days walking through sort of the muggy forest out there to get to the mist-covered land of the damp, comma, also known as Damp Land.
Man,
What's in them mugs in the forest?
Dirt,
Oh,
mud.
I hope that we all have a good montage that we're prepared to do in order to show our characters' progressions on this multi-day journey.
Well, why don't everybody watching play their favorite montage music for, say, 5 minutes while we all take a break and a breather? And we'll be back with you in just a second.
Before we leave, Nelson goes over to the coffee mug. Goes, I can make that colder. Goes and places one of the snowballs on top of it, and then just turns it upside down, so it just
A
leads
coffee
into the
snow cone?
coffee
That sounds
snow cone.
amazing.
That's
I
awesome.
want this. Trademarked
There you go.
immediately.
It's called a Moe's cone. TM.
Doesn't like Joe's cone make more sense?
No,
It's like a cup of
Moe's.
Joe.
Moses.
Oh, okay.
Cup of Joseph.
Yeah, a cup of Moe's.
What's
Get yourself a Moe's cone.
You
All
proud of
right.
that?
Yeah, I
Okay.
am. I'm
All right.
proud of that.
Bathrooms.
I've been
We'll be
holding
right
on to that
back.
one for
Okay, don't do that.
Lean away from it. If you
No eating in this room. Period. Out. If you're gonna eat, you have to be out there. Them's the rules.
In a fit of misogyny, Josh just kicked Liz out of the room.
There's no eating in this room.
No, that's true. Don't eat on camera.
We have friends / viewers who that is legitimately upsetting for. Which is why I got so mad when you and Andrew were like, oh, if Josh wasn't here, we're eating so much pizza right now. We're eating so much pizza.
Wait, did you make photos live again?
Oh, the audio's like that.
Oh, okay. Oh, you just added
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we're just going to jabber for a few minutes if that's okay with everybody. Feel free to interact with us. Liz and Gabe are eating in the hallway because they're not allowed to eat in the room.
Correct.
that. And because I made delicious pasta.
Josh yelled at me, I cried.
Josh made this cry.
Josh,
That's my
Deplorable.
That's my #1 proficiency is
Somebody-
making girls cry.
Somebody asked if my
That's
cup says
sad.
pumpkins.
Thank you, Marion. I did get a good amount of sleep last night.
If your what is?
He may have been the
I'll tell
only
you
one.
later, it's good. I need to figure out what I was montaging.
Yeah, what were you montaging?
I'm not sure yet.
Why don't you describe the montage to us?
I will as soon as I'm sure what I was.
Okay. How's everybody else doing? Let me just ask, is everybody enjoying this? It's okay to say no.
doing. Give us on a scale of 1 to 7.
Yeah. Give us on a scale of thick with 1 C to thick with 10 C's how much you're enjoying
Oh, 7.
this.
7 C's.
Yeah.
7 C's?
Yeah.
There are only 7.
The 7 C's of thick.
Yes.
Yeah, there's only 7 C's planet.
The 7 C's of thick should be an album name. I don't know what genre, but it should be an
Oh,
album name.
just keep
It would-
Robin far away.
Get on it a
would
lot.
I
definitely
think it was
be-
whatever he was
No,
doing.
it would definitely be a Sinbad album.
Yeah.
Oh, so true.
Like the comedian Sinbad? Like a comedy album?
Why not?
Close.
I mean, obviously.
Close.
It's a collaboration.
I don't think Sinbad's made a comedy album since vinyl was the medium of choice.
For me and Alon, it still is.
Yeah, I was gonna say I
Just for
yeah.
personal.
Yes,
propositions
Thomas, thank you for getting
at
that
the end
joke.
of the list of people. Just throwing that out there. Just put personal propositions at the end of the list of people.
Oh, I love all these
Alana.
filtered. Is people just typing in stars?
I'm not seeing any filters.
I'm not seeing any filter.
Oh, because
Oh.
you and I are on the main chat.
Oh, okay.
So apparently, yes,
Wait.
thick
Oh,
is the
it's thick. Thick
Oh,
is
God.
filtered.
Oh, God, Phil, fix that!
It's the
No,
automated
No,
one.
keep it. I think it's funny. That's so funny.
Yeah, we
I love
nerfed-
it because it was just all stars. I was like, what are people saying? That's so much more funny.
It became the Jerry Springer show in chat. It's so fast.
Oh,
guys.
this is so much more funny. I was
Son of a thick!
like, yeah, I was like, what could that be? Hey, you guys, we only have one of those. Oh, dang it.
To
Okay.
get one thick.
Okay, I'll describe my
Dave, this
my
is what it
montage.
looks
Oh,
like
could
every
you turn
time
off?
you lean in.
Did you turn off
Oh,
the AC?
no, it's gone. You were just like this huge shape over the camera.
Yeah.
I'm gonna actually wear my real glasses.
That's good.
There's
Yeah.
a huge delay.
Yeah, apparently.
You could?
Oh, everything's in 3D.
Whoa.
Doing?
Watching.
Hey, everybody, since thick is
Watching
censored,
you.
type thronk instead. THRONK.
And
That will be our code word for thick.
measure
Makes me
measure by caves instead of thieves.
I love
Thieves.
that thick is censored though. Like, that's so fun.
How throng.
It's
how
almost
throng
like
could be
Alex
cheap.
designed the Discord filter.
The best part about that is just if somebody randomly came in, they just see just stars. I'm like, what a profane channel.
Are you okay over there?
I'm having trouble. My legs are too long, man. Oh.
I feel your pain. I'm like all wedged in here.
Wes, you know exactly what we've accomplished so far, and that's nothing.
Okay.
Found the
I'll give you guys a synopsis, and then I will let you know how Shab's milk chop has been training.
Uh-huh.
And-
Shiba Shabba milk
On our
chops.
2-day journey through the swamp. So first, our summary. you're currently journeying with Brensach, Grim, Nelmo.
No. You gotta describe people too. Like,
Yeah, sorry. You're currently traveling with Brensach. Brensach has 2 torsos. Each of them have a different personality, and they constantly fight with each other. And then otherwise, he has just one big leg that he hops around on.
Why does it keep changing?
Wait.
None of us agreed on.
No.
Grimlith is a paladin of Brynhilda who has been trying to find good drink and instead has been accused of being drunk after 1 drink and 72 chicken nuggets.
You've been demoted.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a cleric anymore. I'm a paladin.
Okay. Nelmo is a time traveling entity who exists on all planes and exists on all planes but is home to none. Next to me is our recently voted guild master, which is Pampmo. Pampmo has one of those external, like the helmets that have the wires that come down to hold the braces along Pampmo's rapidly straightening teeth.
Rapidly.
Yeah, it's really fast.
You can see it in real
Yeah.
time.
It's worked. They're shifting. It's an ever shifting puzzle.
My teeth are twerking.
Yeah,
actually.
dem teeth be twerking.
Yeah, and which is impressive because they're very thonk. And then also Pampmo is very well known for their assortment of spectacles. And I say that because there's actually 27 different pieces from different spectacles. Since every time Pampmo buys a pair, they immediately shatter into pieces and they have to reassemble. She reassembles them using only the things in her pockets, which are like at this current moment, 1 large screw, 2 smaller screws, 1 tiny screw, some tape with some hair. This is one.
She's MacGyver.
Yeah, we got some more staples that have like jagged edges on them. We got this thing that you can twirl around and lock some good, lenses on.
It's an eye hook.
We have a suggestion from the chat: spectacles of mosaic vision.
Yeah, that's what they are. And so,
Like a kaleidoscope, except.
yep, Pampmo, of course, being our guild master.
Mm-hmm.
I am Shab's Milk Chop. Shabby Milk Chop is a warlock who could not find a patron who wanted to buy his soul for power, so he had to crowdfund his through enlisting all of you, which all of you are my demon patrons who give me the ideas by crowdsourcing how Shabby should live his life.
I'm a little offended that proximity to Alon equals how much he remembers what your character is.
I mean,
Like,
Right?
the further you are from Alon,
just
the
true.
less he remembers about your character and what they do.
He's not even sure what I'm doing here. I'm sitting far enough away from him.
There's a spectral image that is following us in
well,
the
I
air.
mean, the problem is that you've got that green screen behind you, so every time I look over, you're somewhere else.
I should have left up the Castleberg image from the video we shot the other day.
So, getting back to the adventure, I have been, of course, meticulously training through these 2 days, knowing that if my patron were to call on me, I would need to be at the ready to defeat anything and drink the blood of other the lesser patrons to prove that my demons deserve to raise up the hierarchy of demonhood. So as such, I've been levitating. I've been practicing my levitation Holmes skills as dictated by the book called Tanakh. It's given me many good ideas, such as how to balance on 1 toe, and also how to use gaseous air bubbles from the swamp to momentarily make it look like you're floating.
I spend the entire 2 days just occasionally checking mugs in this muggy forest, and always being disappointed.
Wait, Muggy. I thought they said no, you forest. Dang it.
Money don't grow on trees.
They grow in chicken farms
I
where it
mean-
belongs.
I don't know. Every place I go is different.
Those money trees in the south, now that's a
There it is.
crop.
Phil, what has your dog person been doing?
That depends. Do I have a bag of holding?
No.
Then I have just been amassing a very intricately stacked pyramid of ice knobs on my back.
How are
Ice
you?
knobs?
Knives.
Oh, do you turn them for different coffee adjustments?
Like, how are you balancing those as if they're on your back while you're walking?
Well, you know how I am a Groveborn and my, I guess now dog skin is.
No, it's still bark skin.
I hate this so much. Y'all are worse than my
Yeah, you're
tables.
just a dog lecture.
Oh god.
We just had high praise.
I started by just like shoving them into the bark.
So you're self-mutilating?
It doesn't hurt. It's just the outer layer.
Anything to feel something.
Pain don't hurt.
It doesn't hurt, but God, do I wish it would.
And then I just like melt the tip and then refreeze them together to make a stable pyramid.
To see if I still feel.
Okay, Kermit the Frog.
It's probably about 15 feet tall now.
Okay. We'll stick with that. I mean, if we're going to do that stuff to your character, I guess your character has earned the right to do some stupid stuff.
I was just gonna be hoarding them in a bag of holding, but you know, this is the next best thing.
All right. Oh, like Craig says, so he's a bark-skinned cat dog ice porcupine.
Yes.
Oh, that's a new Nickelodeon show.
Yeah. All right, Liz, what is Pamp doing?
Trying not to get stabbed.
Yeah. I feel like I would have hopped off his back, which is probably also not a good idea because I've just been running into trees.
I could have made like a throne for you.
An ice knife throne?
Why didn't you make a throne for me?
No, he did. You just couldn't see it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It looked like a pyramid of ice knives.
The trouble is,
Ice knobs. It looked like you were turning.
the trouble is, he's done that before, where he's put together a throne of it. But then it's like all of us are competing about who gets to sit on it. It just becomes this whole like Game of Thrones. Like,
I was waiting to see how long it took you to get there. I'm actually kind of disappointed you pulled the trigger on that so quickly.
Yeah, if you would have dragged that out for another 3 or 4 minutes,
You would have been him.
I check the clock occasionally, and I happen to know for a fact we've got about an hour to finish this adventure. So I'm trying not to do long
Hey.
jokes.
We'll get it finished, man. I'm not worried about that.
I'm a little worried.
There's one thing I know
Think
about
of the
ice
children.
knives. That finish.
Get it? Regional jokes.
Oh,
Here's to you, fans.
All right. What is Nelson Moses doing?
Being
not
disappointed.
not juggling. I was about to say juggling those the last 2 snowballs. As they were
Wait.
melting, as they were melting, I just sort of held them against my ear to try and hear the tundra from them. But as we've been traveling for more than a day, they have long since
You hear
melted.
the sound of billions of tiny atoms as they transmute.
It sounds like Soul screaming.
Reminds me of Avernus.
Every atom is
Good
really
place.
just a soul from history.
I can see that.
That's the worst reincarnation story.
Yeah. Yeah.
But in this area, I'm definitely going to. I'd like to make a perception check.
Sure.
Specifically looking for any wildlife, flora or fauna that looks particularly dangerous.
Okay. Roll perception.
So we can eat it.
That is going to be drumroll,
I can't handle the suspense, you guys.
19.
19?
Yeah.
Somebody give me a creature.
That was a good sip take.
Yeah.
Oh, do you want a creature from chat?
Creature from chat. If chat takes a while, I will accept
No,
a
you're
creature
good.
from you all.
First creature
I
that
have
comes up
one
in chat.
ready if they don't.
Okay.
Yeah, we got. Do you want me to do a countdown?
Phil, tell me yours, and then if theirs is better, we'll use it.
A blink dog.
We're not using McRib. We're not using him.
a crawdad man.
A crawdad man.
Oh no! Both McRib and a Crawdad man.
No, we're not doing McRib.
Oh,
The Mafia Lord, the Crawfather.
McCrawdad rib.
Yeah. All All right.
Wes keeps getting himself silenced for cursing.
Thank you, Streamlabs. God.
Son of a McRib. All right. So rising from the swamp ahead of you, he says, "Darn it!" Now.
Oh shoot!
Oh, it's glorious.
Cobalt.
Cobalt.
There you go. If you need to exclaim an expletive, use cobalt.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
everyone knows cobalts are expletives. Moving on.
Wow.
You see a shadow sort of darting from tree to tree, off the path in the swamp.
Hey, hey, guys. And I feel sleepy.
Yeah.
It was the non-gendered form
Oh.
of guys.
Yeah. I see something. My human senses.
You're warm like a human.
What is it? What is
Hey.
the lighting situation here?
My human
Oh.
senses tingle at this.
It's
Motion of something
Oh,
from the darkness.
I don't want to
It's
hear
night
about
now.
your tingling.
Okay.
yeah. So everything is moonlight.
Was it sunny then?
Once?
At
At
one
one
point, like hours ago.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Like I think he's asking, could it be sunny?
He's gonna photosynthesize every now and then.
Oh, okay.
I actually do.
It's not.
It's either that or I must drink the blood of a creature.
So you're not cat dog.
Apparently.
You're plant dog.
It's not Philadelphia. It's not always sunny. Phil.
I didn't realize that part of my character. I either have to be in the sun for at least an hour, or I have to drink the blood of a creature.
Yeah. Here's the thing, Wes. I'm not using McRib because I don't have McRib's character sheet, and I haven't thought about how I'm going to use McRib. I don't want to waste McRib. I want to use him properly.
Because he's
Don't
gonna
we
be
all?
he's gonna be out of stores for at least 4 to 6 months after you use it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This is another one of those where if somebody came into chat, they'd just see all these stars of people saying thick, and then us talking about McRibs. It's like, what
D&D
kind
game's
of
going
weird? I hope we're under the wrestling category. Speaking of,
He's like, I'll send it right now.
speaking of, I'm going to because I'm also a human, and it's dark, and I feel very confident in my ability to see. I actually might be able to see in the dark, but we'll find out.
Use your human senses.
Yeah. How about
What do your human eyes see?
I go and I look right next to. I put my head right next to Nelson's, and I
Tilt
just
the
go.
corner of my head up a little bit. Go this way. I rolled a 7. You rolled a 7.
You can assist him since he's got his head right next to yours.
Could you point it? I don't see anything except for that large leaf that looks like the head of Arnold Palmer.
No,
Bring me the head of Arnold Palmer.
That's no Arnold Palmer. That's Arnold Almer.
That didn't help me at all. I found nothing.
I mean, am I assisting him with that with like a roll?
You're able to see the faint wisp of a shadow after Nelson Moses sort of points you in the right direction.
I point you in the right direction. Look. There's a faint wisp of shadow. Do you see it? Do you see it?
Do I?
You think you do, but you can't be sure.
Man, I wish someone in this party had better vision than me. Just roll it. Just roll it. Just roll it.
I've got the ability to see in the dark. The
I
only
also
trouble
have
is,
dark vision.
Yeah, just roll it. Roll it. Roll
I'll
it.
tell you right now,
You might not be able to see things during the day, but at night.
there's nothing but
With
dirt
that-
in these mugs. I'm
15.
still checking.
15.
15.
The light is hitting your like disgusting like glasses just right
Wow.
that you can definitely see a shadow behind a tree.
Horrendous
Yeah.
visage.
Yeah, your Medusan spectacle.
I actually love this glasses, non-glasses part we got.
You keep trying those mugs, by the way, and all you're finding is terrible IPAs.
Wait,
That's-
Is there such a
but there's,
thing?
but
So
there's,
like
but there's
Richmond?
actually alcohol in these mugs.
Occasionally.
Well, that's getting drank.
I'd give you a knife to kill them.
Wow, look at that cold knob.
Well, these are These are better cold.
Don't dip that knob in there.
Careful what region we're in. That one might get deleted in chat as well.
All right, so 3 of you now have seen sort of a shadow
The shadow.
behind. Yeah, but does it know?
Not the shadow.
I love somebody goes, what is happening?
And then Craig is like, nothing.
No, so much. You don't understand. There's a shadow out there. I'd like to throw a dagger out of the shadow. I hold my hand out for an ice dagger.
I hand him an ice dagger.
It's shaped like Steve
Stone
Austin.
It's shaped like Stone Cold Steve Austin.
This is-
Because
this
it's
is-
Stone Cold.
this is
Ice
dagger.
Ice Cold Steve Austin.
You know, all right, interesting wrestling side story. Vince McMahon originally one of the suggested names he gave to Austin for what his character's name could be was Chili McFreeze.
What?
And so he goes home and he's just like talking with his wife about like, this is stupid. And then she said something like, you better drink your coffee before it gets stone cold. And then he's like, that's it. And he went and he pitched it to Vince McMahon, and that's where Stone Cold Steve Austin came from.
And it couldn't have been any worse.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Chili
Craig-
McFreeze sounds like something at a fast food restaurant I don't order.
Yeah. Craig will back me up on this story because I'm sure he's heard it too.
All right.
Anyway,
So-
so you throw your dagger.
With my icy dagger knife of throwing.
By the way, these are strength based, not dex based.
Would have been good to know.
Like as he throws it. By the way,
Like
That's
as
gonna
it
be
goes
a-
in almost an immediate arc straight down.
In a freeze frame, you might say.
In the air, it just radically changes trajectory.
Yeah. It's like the end of the Breakfast Club. He just throws it and puts his hand up in the air. Don't you?
So that's gonna be an
forget
11.
An 11?
Yeah.
It totally does not even get that far out.
Oh.
You should really be rolling at
great.
disadvantage anyway, since.
Oh, they're still simple weapons, so he has proficiency.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's distance.
But he went into it expecting it to be a
fair.
dexterity thing, and it was a strength thing.
Oh, the next roll was a 19, so that 8 was my disadvantage.
Aw.
Don't worry. With the power invested in me by the Patreons who support me, I got this. I'm gonna use swamp gas.
Also, side note, the reason they're strength based is because they're made by cold steel. Not sponsored.
I'm gonna need a Constitution saving
That'd be
throw.
nice.
I'm gonna need a Constitution saving throw from that shadow and everyone around me.
What kind of damage is this?
It's noxious fume.
So not psychic,
No.
which I'm resistant to for some reason.
I don't
I'm
understand.
sorry. I was distracted by Stone Cold like breakdancing. What's happening?
8.
It's DC 13. Everyone who failed, you take 4 points of throwing up damage as swamp gas explodes out of the swamp, engulfing all of you, including the shadow and me.
You've sort of stopped being an anime protagonist, and now you start sounding like Bill S. Preston Esquire.
I don't know who that is.
Bill from Bill and Ted.
I don't know who that is.
I would like to let everyone
Theodore.
know, even though I'm a cleric, I only have 19 maximum hit points because my con was apparently my dump stat.
Anyone who
Nice.
made that save,
Yeah?
you rode the air bubbles from the swamp and it gave you double movement.
Sweet.
Thanks.
supposed to
I'll write
roll?
that down.
Okay.
A D20
take
plus
off
your
my,
dex
my
saving throw.
cowboy
modifier.
hat and
No,
buck
con.
backwards
You
as I
said, you
ride
said it was
this.
con?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's saved.
Oh, you just took a different roll.
I still would have saved.
I
I got
nat
it.
20'd that.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Wait, what are you doing?
You're
Oh, for the
good.
monster.
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
I got
That
four.
sounded
I thought it was
terrible.
Brandon just making a nat 20.
4 damage.
Yeah, I'm not really playing. I'm just
2
hosting
damage
this.
is poison.
It is. Oh, dang it. I just helped it escape.
The shadow is now like,
So I also got a nat 20.
okay.
Can I?
Oh,
can
dang it.
have-
I just helped it escape. Oh my god, Moses, you're
Can I-
flying through
Can
the
I be
air.
flung in the right direction?
Sure. Sure.
I'll be. Whoa, no!
So you like
Nelson Moses blasted off again.
protect the world from devastation. So were you trying to be blown over toward to where the shadow was?
Yes.
Okay.
I'd like to find that shadow. I'd like to angle myself on this giant swamp gas bubble in that direction, so that when it bursts, I launch in that direction.
Okay. The swamp gas bubble pops, and as you fight the urge to throw up from inhaling so much of it when this happens, you
Pull my cowl up over my nose.
you go on sort of a low arc, and you land on the ground, and you tumble forward for about maybe 10 feet before you finally your momentum finally wears out, and you look up, and you find yourself looking at lit by the light of the moon filtering in through the trees. A giant crawdad just clapping its claws right at you.
Pull myself out of the mud side and go, you like snow cones? How about mo cones?
So who at the table can do a really good Zoidberg? Like, not.
Now crawdad is the popular one. You were basically doing Zoidberg when you were doing your interpretive dance earlier. Yeah.
Actually, a little bit.
It's by default. I was
Yeah.
trained by crabs.
13 for persuasion on
Alright.
trying to not get this thing to attack me.
Sure, we don't need to do combat at all. But I did roll I rolled an 18. If I add charisma to it, it's 20.
Oh my gosh, Nelson needs help. We should send our party leader ahead, and then the rest of us will run. But here, I've got
So,
one last spell given to me by our patrons. I have Adele Dazim's Gravity Defiance. It'll help launch you.
Are you yeeting me?
Yes.
Okay.
And then before yeeting,
You must yoink.
I yoink you, and then I yeet
You
you.
did this properly. I hate it.
Yoink, twirl.
I don't know if should I roll for Adele Dazim's Gravity Defiance?
Absolutely.
A spell given to me by my patron.
Just roll a d20. We'll
Yeah.
go from there.
Same with the swamp gas. A six.
A six?
Six.
Because you rolled a 6, you defy gravity only by about 25%.
Right.
So,
But your
like,
skin turns green.
somebody's able to, like, move. Let's say somebody can move, like, 1/4 further.
Yeah. So I yoink and yote, and you're.
So you essentially
like-
just pushed me at the creature.
Yeah, but you're being pushed at 25% of your original weight.
No,
Less than
no.
the original weight.
No, it's like
75% of
Yeah.
original weight.
Yeah.
yeah,
So you feel light and fluffy.
yeah.
Like a cloud.
For the first time in a long time, because as we've established, Vamp is like
Yeah.
some sort of
All
weird
of a sudden, it was like a
Frankenstein
weight
monster.
was taken off of my eyeballs.
You feel light and fluffy like a Pokemon that's a sheep.
Yeah. As the gravity is no longer forcing your eyes into such like a weird shape, so your vision clears up very briefly.
I can see.
Now, if initiative happens, you're there. The rest of us will catch up.
Yay!
So as I'm trying to persuade this creature, I'm actually pushing myself and realized in the panic I had pulled out one of my normal very long like Bowie knife kind of daggers and pull myself up and like, hey, I don't mean you any harm. Ooh.
He looks at you, and like the crawdad looks at you. He looks at your knife. He looks back at you, and in a
This isn't
very
what it looks like.
in a very thick accent, he's like, "You call that a knife?" The crawdad reaches into his his belt
no.
pouch, and pulls out like something that's about like
a cloud sword.
this long.
Oh no.
That's
He's
a
like-
short sword.
And he's like, and then he
It
looks
was
at
a
you
long
off in the
knife.
distance. He's like, "This is a knife."
So it's a.
What's your AC?
Oh, that's a short sword. That's not a knife.
Or it's a really short,
armor
long
class
sword.
Is 13.
He takes his craw dagger, goes really high with it, and then brings it down on you. And I don't know. I guess this thing does like
Oh, dang, is
1d6
that
plus
again?
2.
Yeah.
Much like the house.
Yeah.
He brings it down on you.
Oh no.
He drops that beat right on top of you for 5 slashing damage from the craw dagger.
Oh.
Give me a Constitution save.
That'll be. Let's see. 19.
A 19.
Yeah.
You feel like a viscous liquid like pooling around the slashing wound on your chest. Looking at it, it looks like it's got bits of like celery, shrimp, sausage. It's some sort of gumbo, but it burns.
Ah,
but you've managed to avoid getting too much of it in your wound.
you must have burnt your rue. Oh God, that's so bad.
Yeah, all
That
right.
is the worst.
So everybody roll initiative now.
How much damage did you say again?
5.
5. Dang. Apply chain.
Anybody have higher than a 19?
Nope.
19.
I'm marking through my Patreon spells that I've used so far.
Cajun damage.
I don't
That's
think
not what I was going to call it, but it is now.
I have a 16.
16. Anybody have higher than a 16?
I have a 15.
That was not the question that I asked. You're like, people at my table. I'm like, let's go from like largest to smallest. And they're like, I have a 4.
If you need it.
This is really pessimistic.
Yeah.
Like, there's no one got higher than a 4.
Definitely everybody else at the table got a 3, a 2, a 1, a 0, and a -1.
Yeah. Who had just under a 15?
11.
You got an 11? What'd you have?
7.
All right.
That -3 doesn't help.
I have a negative initiative.
So do I. Don't feel bad.
It's okay. You have a surprise round because you're so light and fluffy.
Yeah. You know
I'm
what?
just gonna roll out.
Oh, like a marshmallow.
Or a transformer.
Our marshmallow transformer.
What's your? Oh yeah, I was
I
about
was
to say.
gonna
What's
say
your
like a
character's name
Wooloo,
again?
but
It's
okay.
Pam. I'm gonna say. Pam.
A Marsh Wooloo transformer.
Yup, that's it. Nailed it.
All right,
Call him Kawulu.
I've written down Phil Dog next to yours.
How far away am I from this crawdad man?
Philadelphia
It-
dog.
Yeah. You're probably 50 feet away.
It's obviously Basenji.
Okay, then I'm going to canter forward, and I'm going to need him to.
As dachshunds do.
Indeed. And I'm going to need him to make a Constitution saving throw.
He's wearing the Dachshund hoof shoes.
Okay. Makes sense.
That would be a 5.
I throw out a spray of icy water
Okay.
that chills him to the.
Wait,
Well, I
is
guess
it-
he doesn't have bones.
No, well, no, he doesn't.
Through his
Chills him
through his
to the
carapace,
exoskeleton, which isn't very far.
and he will take 4 cold damage.
Okay.
Ice forming around his shell.
Ice, baby.
Ice Ice Daddy. It's a cross.
No,
Where's
no.
the Chapman just walk in here?
I'll then ask Moses if he is okay and in need of assistance.
Thank you, Ice Daddy.
Did you call me? you call me Nelson Moses? What'd you say?
I called you Nelson.
Oh, I did not hear
And
that.
see if you were in need of assistance.
I am.
It sounded like you said ass Moses.
That's what I heard.
No.
Who? I look over. There's a small cut along the side of my cheek, and my hat is now sliced, and I'm like,
And he's got gumbo all over him.
And I have poorly made gumbo, just got gashed all over the side of my face, kind of burning a little bit. I'm like, yes, I would like lots of assistance, please. This thing is rude and should die. Maybe. No. Maybe. We'll decide.
I will help you as soon as I reach you, because I'm still like 20 feet away from you.
With your stubby dachshund legs, you should really like limit your movement.
But I'm also huge.
Yeah.
Here's stubby leg.
He moves like a Bahir, where it's like long and just the lightning fast.
Yes, indeed.
He's a dachshund, but he moves like a ferret.
Yes. Oh well, in that case, then his back arches as he
Yeah.
scampers.
Hey,
My daily stray further from God.
a free button and bumper sticker to the person who draws the best like image of Phil's character and submits it to us.
The monstrosity that he has become.
Please
Yes.
send your entries to contact@goblinsandgrowlers.com.
Please,
Uh,
I want to see this. Draw
yeah.
the whole party on its back.
Yeah,
For
Gremlin,
an
I think it's
extra
your
high
turn.
five from Gabe.
Well,
That's worth at least like 10.
I'm gonna advance, and then Sacred Flame. just Sacred Flame. By the light of Brunhilde.
You're a little fiery today,
I need to
Grimlock.
roll a dex save.
Wow.
Nope.
I mean, an 8's not going to give me anything there?
Nope.
All right.
That is 7 radiant damage.
Rad.
Okay.
7 radiation damage.
You gonna do anything else? Any bonus actions?
No, that's. I think that's got Gremlin.
Okay.
Pretty well. He'll move up his full 25 feet, but yeah,
Okay.
I'll do that.
Okay. Milky pork chop.
It's a shabby milk chop.
Yeah, it's when you put the pork chop and you boil it in milk.
Okay, Charlie.
Oh.
And
Milk
then,
steak.
and then you dress it in ragged clothes.
Your finest jelly beans, please.
I'm gonna be running up, and I'm going to reach out for. I know that the patrons are gonna give to me a weapon from this bog. When I reach, I just go like I'm going for a catfish, like just right into the bog.
Like a bear going
Yeah.
for a salmon.
Yeah, just full, and I just punch into the
You're
bog.
like some hillbilly Martian bear.
And do I get anything from this bog when I pull out this muddy hand that's covered in gross mucus? Like,
Oh yeah, you definitely get something.
yeah.
Tetanus.
Yeah.
Oh, that's your pocket.
Yeah. You pull out an old piece of pressure treated 2x4 that has several nails driven through it.
Oh.
Exactly what my patrons would have wanted.
Yeah.
Now I take you on, foe.
And it's covered in slime, apparently.
Oh, it's so.
Yeah.
Honestly, if you get hit by this, it's bad news.
Oh.
Straight up infection.
Yeah. So I just take a hop skip. I get as close as I possibly can, and I'm too far away, so I wait for my next turn. I'm coming for you. You're going down.
It'll happen. I promise. All right, Nelson Moses.
I'm gonna stand up, look at it in its big old sticky eye stalks,
Uh-huh.
be like, all right, that hurt. Now I need to teach you a cooking lesson. I'm going to try and grapple it.
Okay.
Cook.
You'll rue the day you messed with Nelson Moses.
No. Bad.
That will be a. Oh wait, it's acrobatics?
It's just opposed strength.
Oh, opposed strength.
Yeah.
Well then,
I like how you said acrobatics as if like I'm gonna grapple him by doing a flip over him.
well, by rules,
He's
you
trying
can
to do
use
like a-
athletics or acrobatics.
He's trying to do like a Black Widow kind of thing, like
Yeah.
leap up and get his legs around the thing's
That's
head.
definitely the
Yeah.
kind of assassin Nelson Moses is.
Do a thigh grab
Yeah.
on his neck,
Yeah.
and then flip him over.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He has the spurs on his boots, and he uses those to like wrap onto the person's neck usually when they have a neck.
Well, in this case, Nelson Moses tries to like spear this guy or something, but between all the swamp muck and this guy sort of being like a ooze covered crawdad, you slip right past him. Because I rolled a 13.
Oh man.
Yeah,
Lurch forward. No, whoa, no.
he spanks you on the back as you go by.
Ah, cheeky.
I mean, we should have seen this coming. What with Nelson Moses's skin-tight leather bodysuit that he keeps only 2/3 zipped up.
He should have used his electric bracers to punch the thing.
I'm saving that
Okay.
for the next film
All right.
when they'll surprisingly be there, despite only half a year's worth of innovation.
Let's see.
Wait, do I get a turn?
Oh,
Oh.
You're last.
Yeah, you're
Oh,
last.
I'm out. I did so bad. I didn't realize you had.
Crawdad
Bad
didn't,
idea.
Crawdad didn't do too well either.
I like the idea that the Pompma is running up and being like, "No, I get a turn, please."
I want to stab him. I just actually run past him. Oh wait.
Okay. All right, Nelson Moses. You had 13 AC, is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't think he's wearing armor. He's just wearing really nice clothes.
We
We
All
double
right.
check that.
Man, it would be a shame if someone were to get some stuff all over your clothes.
Yeah.
Let's say some spoiled.
Where would it be?
What was it?
It's gumbo with a burnt root.
Yeah.
Which is
More like
vile.
Bumbo. Oh.
That sounds awful.
Burn.
All right.
Yeah, because they burn it.
Yeah.
So the crawdad, as you slip past him in your skin-tight Nelson Moses bodysuit, he's like, "Oi, too right, mate. and he swings his gumbo, his craw dagger covered in gumbo.
Craw dagger.
Yeah, back on him for 4 damage. Give me another con.
Oh
Save.
my lord. Shoot, that ain't great. Constitution save, that'll be an 11.
11. Take an extra 2 fire damage from the spice of the
Excuse
gumbo.
you, it's Cajun damage.
Yeah.
Oh, pardon me.
You said how much damage for the hit?
For the hit, it was 4, and then 2 Cajun damage.
Alright.
And then he also tries to claw at you really quick, but he misses.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
He tries to give you a little purple nurple.
And he's like, he's like, oh, I missed. That's why they don't call me Clawdad.
I turn around at these souls like, ah, you're not my daddy.
Thank you, Crawdad.
Y'all got issues with daddies.
Only the crawl kind.
You see, we got daddy issues.
Something like that.
Look, Nelson Moses is the leather daddy of the party.
They need to equip his leather armor.
Trash.
Yeah, he does have leather armor. Put that on.
All right, Pam.
That'll probably help a
How
bit.
far am I? How far did I get?
You're there.
Yeah, you're
There.
you're there
I'm
now.
right there.
Mhm.
All right. I guess I'm gonna try to stab him. I
Okay.
see like 10 of him, so hopefully I stab the right one.
Okay.
So the only weapon that it says on your sheet is unarmed strikes. Tell me what you're stabbing with, because we'll just create that weapon.
I love that.
An ice dagger.
Oh, those are things you're trained in. Yeah.
Oh,
would
these
you
are things
would you
I'm
want any of
trained in,
these? Yeah.
okay.
What do you want?
Uh,
Brandon made you the worst character.
Yeah,
I've
what
ever
D&D
seen.
Beyond did. I hit a button.
I don't believe that for a second.
okay. Can I just punch him?
Yes,
Is that
you
all
can.
I can do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna just punch him.
You know what? But you're a Frankenstein monster, so if you want to do like 1d6 plus 2 punching damage, that's
Well,
fine.
Yeah, there's like nails and stuff that
Yeah.
are just taped to
I've
her
just made
hands.
this like whole Mad Max armor,
Yeah.
apparently.
And Nelmo is within 5 feet.
Yeah.
You've also got
And so,
sneak
in
attack.
spite of all evidence to the contrary, this rogue can sneak attack.
Roll.
It's not so much sneak as they just are so surprised by me running up to them.
We're about
they
to-
just stop.
Yeah.
It's the
Oh,
it's
God.
the things that come out of your
D20.
knuckles that are
Yeah.
really the
Alright.
surprise.
Yikes. Yeah.
Plus?
Plus 4.
No.
10.
Roll it again.
That was better.
Yeah. Liz waited patiently, so she gets to roll again.
23.
Yeah.
So that means you get more d6s.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
that how that works?
Yeah.
This,
And you're level
this,
30,
this.
so what? It's like an extra 2d6 on top?
There you go.
Okay, she had it on D6.
Yeah.
I can
Too
say.
late. Too late.
Now they're extra color.
Yeah, it's 12. It's 12.
Plus.
Plus
The extra.
3. It's 15. This is a
Wow.
math lesson.
Mm-hmm. That's all D&D is. That's why we. That's why.
Okay.
That's why I'm so bad at it.
Yeah.
Roll for math.
So wait, you did 15. That's way more than anyone's done.
Yeah.
Please describe how Pomplamoose running up, just like, please give me a turn, and then just beats the ever-loving shell off of this creature. I don't think it's dead, but you definitely showed him who's daddy.
It's like Iron Man fighting a
Yeah.
villain who's strong like Thanos or something, just punching bits of the armor off of him.
Yeah.
I'm just running up, just screaming, I want to turn, and I'm dragging the dredges of the swamp, hoping to find more screws. I'm just collecting all of these
You have
metal.
magnets on the end of your hands that just pull things.
I've just created a giant fist of metal. I
Oh my
jump
god.
and pull back and just slam right into
This
his
is
eyeballs.
actually an Anthrax album.
Oh, and so you punch the crawdad right in like the facialar area,
Facial area.
and knocks back. And he comes back and he looks around at you, and his like eye stalks narrow as they focus on you.
No, no.
And he brings a claw up to it right here, and he like cracks his jaw back into place. He's like, "Oi, you need to work through your crawdaddy issues."
Now, enough of that joke.
It'll be enough when I say it's enough, mate.
You really are low-hanging fruit.
It's Phil Dog's turn now.
Okay,
Whoa, Phil Dog.
so as I'm rushing up to flank him,
I want that to be the character's name now. He's just Phil Dog.
I thought I just changed my cross out that. I am now Phil Dog.
Remember that time you had 5 pages of backstory and it all broke down to
You remember
Phil
when I
Dog?
just burnt that?
But your eyes. Why would you burn?
Yeah.
It's so cool it burned. So as I'm moving up to flank him, I create another ice dagger, and I will stab him with it. Almost a crit. So that's a 24 to hit.
That'll hit.
Right. And since I'm using my ice dagger and melee, I get extra damage. So that's 14 piercing / cold damage.
Okay. Okay.
Hey, Brandon, you got a little something.
Oh, wait.
How injured are you,
Yeah,
Nelson?
okay, good.
Yeah.
You sure there's nothing left, like right here? What?
How injured are you?
Oh, I think you got it.
Okay.
You got it.
All right. Thanks.
I'm bleeding, and there's like a good amount of burn scarring going on.
He's bleeding
I'd
sausages.
I really like this. Hurts a lot. I think I'm gonna have to pull up better weapons than a dagger.
So I'm going to cauterizing freeze his wounds.
Wait, Cotter freezing?
Cauter freezing.
Cold fusion.
Is that an ability?
What are the physics of this?
I told you I use Unearthed Arcana, so I have a lot of
He invented
strange
it.
stuff, like the icicle knives.
Yeah.
I feel like if you're going to use ice to cauterize somebody's wounds, there should be some sort of
Well,
Constitution save.
Technically, it's
involved.
cauterizing flame, but that doesn't fit the aesthetic.
Oh, okay.
You have cure wounds.
Yes.
Stop metagaming.
I'm just saying. You don't need to turn me blue to fix me really quick.
Actually, the only
You'll gain
character
11
metagaming that can
health.
occur is Nelson Moses.
That's how much I'm missing.
Perfect.
Nelson Moses briefly
You cannot
plain
heal
walks
from
out of the
anything else for
game
the
to
rest of this
here,
encounter.
and then goes back.
By the
Use
way,
Cure wounds, Phil.
All right, what
he
was-
can no longer heal from anything during this encounter now.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So there's now just like ice crystals along my face and shoulder where this thing has gashed me.
Yeah.
Okay.
As it's slowly healing underneath there, like a beautiful butterfly. I will soar across the horizon once more. Once these crystals is fallen. But yes,
That's it.
That's all you're
That's,
doing?
yeah.
that's
Okay.
it.
It's not just this
Bridal.
encounter. It's until you take a shorter or
Oh,
longer
yeah.
rest.
Uh,
I'm sure there'll be lots of opportunities for that in this muggy swamp forest.
I keep it at nice chill temperature.
yeah.
I can make a snow fort.
Stay frosty, fellas. All right,
Always.
your turn. Ah,
All right. I'm gonna keep running forward, and then Sacred Flame.
Oh, I'm having so many bookstore flashbacks right now.
Yeah.
So am I.
Nope, that's an 8.
That's only one radiant damage. So just like this little bitty like stream of light comes down from the sky and just like singes a tiny part of the camera.
It cauterizes a tiny bit.
Yes, Wes, I have learned a lot from y'all.
no.
Are you going to do anything else, Gremlin?
Am I up near
Sure,
the vicious monster now?
sure.
This time you met my little friend. And Grimlet casts spiritual weapon
Ah!
on the
Say
other
this is PG-13.
on the other side of the crawdad,
Uh-huh.
and then that immediately swings at that crawdad.
Okay.
It's flanking.
Alright. Are we getting advantage for flanking?
Sure.
Are we doing that? Okay.
Sure.
I already rolled with it, so I hope so.
14.
To hit?
Yes.
Let's look at that. Yes, that hits.
A bar stool materializes on the other side of the crawdad and swings for 6 bludgeoning damage. Just thwack.
And Batman, like, the word thwack just appears right in front of him.
Somebody, when Pantmo did her sick punch, somebody put kapow in chat. It was magnificent.
Just sick with 3 C's.
Well, that got blurred out.
It was Thronk with 3 Ks.
There we go. Well, no. None of that.
No.
No.
No way.
No.
Give me a sec.
2 to 4. 2 to 4
let's do
only.
Thronk with C's.
You know what? No more Thronkin.
Yeah.
That's what you Thronk.
No! I'm prepared to lay down the Thronklet.
The infinity Thronklet. Pork chop sandwiches, it's your turn.
Good, because I was growing bored. Ah! I critted.
There it is.
Is that what we're
There's,
calling it now?
there's that Alon magic.
So I take the board. Right before I go to strike this great beast, I take a brief moment to carve into it the names of my Patreon users. Van Messenger, Lost Limey Faux Fancy, Big Draws, oh, and then I smack across this creature. The nails actually got pulled out of the board by Pomplamo's fists, so it was just straight board, but there's some splinters.
So as you were swinging the board, you felt like resistance from the magnetic force.
Well, actually, I think what happened was she was on the other side, and they pulled the nails through the creature.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, this is a crit. And so the board, it just splinters apart as it connects. The nails fly through into her fists, and then the board just snaps.
What's the equation for criticals?
Yeah, I don't know.
Double max.
Ah.
Oh.
Can you tell me what the max
Jesus.
damage
That's
is of
much
a
better.
swamp board? A treated swamp board?
I think the treated swamp board is probably going to be like 1d6 plus, like, let's say 1d6 plus 3.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So would we take it? Is it 12 plus 3? 15?
No, yeah, it would be double the maximum possible damage on the dice, then the modifier.
Cool. Yeah, that's how I do it. 15.
Yeah. All right.
I have no strength. I have strength in numbers. Thanks, Patreon.
All right. Are you gonna stay where you are? You gonna do anything else? Bonus actions?
Oh,
Ham sandwich, come on.
sorry. I have. I don't think I have any bonus. Yeah, I'm good. I sit there and I try to match the pose of my frog statue.
There it is.
Yep. See how long you can hold
Frog
that.
statue?
Are you like?
You have to hold that till your next turn.
Hello, my darling.
Hello, my ragtime gal. Send me a kiss by wire.
Baby, my heart's on fire.
If
Alright.
you abuse me.
Anyways.
It's your turn.
Well, highfalutin. I will. How's this? Is this thing looking like it's not paying attention to me as much anymore? Or is it still...
Yeah, like it's it's got a few cracks in its carapace, and it's being paid attention to by some other folks. You're not its only dancing partner
All
anymore.
right. I'm gonna Cool. So I'm gonna take a couple steps away,
Okay.
pulling out a revolver.
I was gonna let this fly. I was gonna let this slide, but I'm taking my attack of opportunity now
Do that.
because you've got a freaking gun. I missed because clearly I saw you pull this gun out of your
There's
pocket.
tiny eyes on these stalks, but all of a sudden they just cartoonishly like, oh!
There's like an auga noise that comes out of nowhere.
All right. Yeah.
All
So Nelson must keep a large.
Oh, of course it's a lot. It's a small 357 Magnum.
It's a
No, let me tell you.
a large tobacco box that he opens up and pulls a revolver from. Everyone.
Tobacco box from.
And then he takes
It's where he carries it.
He, he opens it up and he spins it. There's no bullets, and he spits a bullet out of his mouth. And then
Snap it. Let's see.
Like it's a
Side note,
Slim
that's
Jim.
very bad for revolvers.
Probably. Oh, snapping it in?
Yeah.
Yes, it
It
is.
is like the worst.
Oh, I thought you
Um,
meant spitting bullets into it.
No,
Snap
I
into a
don't-
gunshot.
People do that all the time.
Yeah.
That's easy.
Yeah. I was gonna say I don't think spit affects a revolver all that much.
It's called spit.
Do I
take.
get advantage?
No!
doesn't
That's
need
going to
it.
be 23 total. That's a hit.
In Gabe's defense, he did say that Nelson Moses is a gunslinger right at the beginning.
I did.
I did.
But
I think I
you
wrote
just,
it
I think you
down.
just breezed right past that.
Yeah.
Without any thought to what consequences that may hold.
I like that he keeps it in a cigar box.
Yeah.
Just in case the cops
Yeah.
come, he's like, no, those are my cigars.
That's the idea.
If the DM comes to look in.
All right, so that's 2d8 plus 3.
Oh my god.
That'll be 17 points of piercing damage.
All right, let me do the math on that.
Oh, somebody
Click,
said it's
click.
a velvet revolver.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. Can it be just belted?
Sure. It has a beautiful the handle, the actual like grip of it as purple velvet with a brocade pattern.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously.
What does it say on the hold? Has some words going down. I can see them.
Howdy.
I wanted to say in Nelmo Veritas.
That would have taken a higher roll.
That's tattooed on his gun hand.
Okay. Maybe crit failed, it would have just been yo, but it would have been misspelled.
Oh yeah.
Y-E. Yee.
It would have said yeet pipe. That's what somebody would call a gun if they didn't know.
No,
what
but
it
it's
was.
misspelled Yeet Pope.
Yeet, Y-E-T-E.
Yeet Pope.
All right,
Alright.
so you shot the crawdaddy for 17 points of damage.
Alright.
Whoa! Is this one bullet or did you just empty the
That was
entire?
one bullet.
Okay.
But
Like you
it's
said,
only
it's a
bullet.
357 Magnum.
I didn't like. I was asking. I wasn't declaring. I would have much preferred this be a Saturday Night Special or the Golden Gun from James Bond that had one bullet.
So-
Side note, Liz, now we need a crawdaddy art.
Yeah.
Yes, with a bullet hole in it.
Well,
Swamp
I-
Crawdaddy.
I don't know. There's been talk in chat about how
Liz,
Crawdaddy is still lesser than
I-
the Space Wolf.
I will pay you to draw my cat. I will pay you to draw my cat like,
Oh, are you a
like a
tabaxi?
warlock. No,
Oh.
it's Zarko.
His actual cat.
Yeah, but I thought your character was also a tabaxi.
No, I told Liz like 6 months ago I'll pay her to draw my
6 months
cat.
ago.
Also, he's been using his human eyes.
I've
human
not been paying
senses.
attention to
Maybe
that.
maybe
To
he's a
detect
tabaxi
things.
that stole human eyes. Just
Oh,
using those.
God.
He's a warlock.
No.
They do some weird
No.
stuff.
Yeah. You guys, you got it for the patrons.
He's like, oh, he's got your father's eyes.
Yeah, so what's is it Crawdaddy's turn?
You just
No, like we
passed
still
it.
haven't
That's
like
your
processed the
father's
damage
idea.
from all
Just
this.
passed
Yeah.
it.
I was asking Gabe
Yeah,
if it was just one bullet or many because I'm trying to.
That was one bullet.
Alright.
I can shoot it again if you give me an opportunity.
No, your bonus action was getting out your tobacco box,
All right.
extracting the gun, and loading it.
I'm totally fine with that.
But you do get to describe how you've killed this crawdaddy
Oh,
with one
fantastic.
bullet.
No, wait. Here's your opportunity. Would you like another shot?
Will a 15 hit?
Yes.
Okay.
aware
So I
His spiritus sancti
I-
and feeling.
leap backwards in a backwards tumble, open up the tobacco box, grab the revolver, close.
Wait, was this another revolver?
No, this was
Are you-
describing
You
the
put
whole
it back
thing.
in.
The whole thing.
Oh.
Are you
Pulling it
Bayonetta?
out, laying on the ground, standing up, pulling it forward, and go. Now tell me, do you feel lucky? Do ya? Crawdad. Single shot fires across the battlefield. Only about 10 feet, actually.
Yeah.
But across the battlefield. Pierces directly through the chest of this giant crawfish-like creature, shattering its exoskeleton as the pieces fall inside, just barely missed by the bullet. A heart beats. Cock the hammer back one more time, take a step forward and go, well, do ya? Fuck. Fire again, directly into its heart. Its heart bursts. The crawdad falls to its knees.
Yeah, it's got knees.
its knees,
It's joints.
its joints, falls to its joints, collapses down to the ground. There are angels singing in the distance.
And with its last breath, you just faintly hear a whisper of, "Oh, tooraloo, mate! Koala!"
Now that's what I call a drop bear. All right.
Did
Now-
we kill it? I can't tell.
Now,
I don't see anything.
Oh, punch down! Punch downwards!
I'm just gonna keep punching guys.
during the whole first part of that sequence, if you were not playing Propeller Head's spy break in your
Ooh,
head,
there it is.
you did yourself a disservice. I'm just saying.
I did it wrong.
You did it
I
wrong.
did it wrong.
You're currently trying to like just punch the trees
I'm just
to,
I'm
to
hitting
get
trees.
to get wood like in Minecraft. You just
Pantmo hits a mug and IPA goes everywhere.
Oh, no.
And Grimlet's like, no!
that was an expensive one.
That's a pretty good Grimloth impression.
Thank you.
All right, so you're standing in the swamp. You like shot and killed a crawdad, a giant crawdad. You don't know what it was doing there.
I shot a crawdad in Reno just to watch it die.
You shot a crawdad, but you did not shoot the deputy,
I did not.
I shot the crawdad,
the crawl sheriff.
but I didn't shoot the crawdaddy.
Yes,
All right.
that's where we've gone tonight.
Oh, wow.
Wait, but then we look up on the distance of this swamp, having traveled exactly 2 days, and we see
Moisture.
Alex and I really need to start like a support group after this.
Rain falling into our eyes to
Yeah.
mask
A support group
tears.
for what?
the only
Damage DM. It's called
Yeah.
Bad day for rain.
DMMD.
Specifically
called-
about you guys.
It's called DMFD.
I'm a delight.
It's nice that this rain is raining right now. No one can tell. I'm crying.
I
Just
don't
then.
cry, it just rains on the
Just
face.
then, you see a flash of blue light off further north in the swamp. And let's retcon it and say that the crawdad had a blue carapace.
Oh.
Yeah, it did the whole time.
Absolutely.
After I was finished, what did he do?
So we see the blue light. And it
Still have
lights
ice
up
in my
what?
face.
And what is the special?
It's fitted sheets.
Yes!
Yes.
At last!
I pull out my coupons.
We'll sleep well tonight, lads.
Sleeps back on the menu, boy. Liz is just frozen on camera. She's just like,
She's been trying to get out of here. I
That's
continue
actually
to block.
just been my whole face the whole time. I'm not
Your
frozen.
whole face.
My whole face.
so there's a
Rest-
giant flash of blue light off in the distance, and then it starts pulsing somewhat regularly.
Ooh.
The system is down. The system is down. The system is down.
How about that plot, guys?
Yeah.
That's what was going in the distance.
We got 15
Oh.
minutes to wrap this up.
Okay.
We're fine. We're fine.
Everyone, you fancy a bit of heart, eh? I hear a hoedown coming. Let's do some line dancing up over there as we progress.
Nelson Moses became a cowboy.
I thought he always
He
was.
has a sharpshooter.
He's a gunslinger
I'm with
with a
Elmo on this
southern
one.
accent.
Yeah.
He's got a 7-gallon hat.
It's one thing to be a gunslinger. It's another to talk about going line dancing.
Yes, he's a
Nelson
cowboy.
Moses is
His
really
hat
Billy
is
Ray
bigger than my
Cyrus.
headgear.
Let's do this.
Nelson Moses, little exclusive for those listening. Nelson Moses originally came from one of my players at a home game daring me to do a McCree voice, and that just expanded into a character. So this is just a really bad McCree voice.
Okay.
So yes, he's a cowboy.
So off in the distance, blue flash.
Yeah, there's a big blue flash off in the
Music.
distance.
I began walking toward it, grabbing them and sitting them on my back again.
What about the lattice work of knives that you've got back there?
No, just shove it off. There's a loud crash.
Okay.
What a poor place to be satted.
Okay.
Oh. And because of my icy footprints, I'm just walking on top of the swamp.
Is this
Okay.
is this far enough away that I can take a short rest and get this ice off my face?
Yeah, if you guys want to take a short rest, that's fine.
Yeah.
Nelson just laying over the saddle, takes his gun or takes his arm holding the gun, and it like goes limp on the other
I'm
side.
sorry.
He's like,
Since when do I have a saddle now?
and he lets go. He lets go of
Very
the gun
long saddle.
in the swamp, and he goes, "My last bullet has been used up."
It's a daddle.
Yeah.
Oh my god. No.
There it is.
It's a dance saddle.
No.
I also I use the heat from the revolver to melt some of the ice. Like
Yeah,
shape
the
more
smoke.
nicely. Yeah.
Manscape in the ice. What's happening here?
We call that
This is-
caliente.
So at the blue light.
Muy fuego.
Yeah. Yeah, that pesky blue light.
Let's get it.
So you can't really tell because it's so dark how far from you the light is, but you know it's probably a pretty good distance just from how faint it was and how much the trees obscured it through the swampy forest.
I wonder if someone's burning a copper mine. Last time I saw a light that blue.
Mm-hmm. Could be.
Could be.
Yeah, you'd have to go find out.
Well, we're on
We're
a horse.
going.
As we approach, I would like to roll insight to see if I can smell or deduce from what I'm smelling, what I'm hearing. Is it a burning copper mine? Okay. And
When you lean into camera like that, it's just. So a 10.
yes,
It definitely smells metallic. Whatever it is, it smells metallic.
11. Fantastic.
Yeah.
It reminds me of home.
Reminds me of. I mean, yeah, same.
It reminds me of your recreation of that Anthrax album earlier.
That was really metal.
It reminds Nelson Moses of his underwater coal mine.
Look, I got a lot of scams in a lot of places.
Okay,
It's
What's-
burning blood.
let's see if
Yes, Lon.
I'm gonna see if this spell True Strike allows me to strike true as I plunge my fist yet again down into the swamp looking for a spyglass. Thank you for giving me that True Strike advantage.
You did not find a spyglass,
Wow.
but you did find.
A glass spy.
I was gonna say a kaleidoscope, but that's better. You pull out a glass figurine of somebody dressed in like a balaclava,
Yeah.
wearing all black. The glass has been colored like a dark purple.
Oh my gosh, James Bond.
No. That's just one of my alternate outfits. Actually.
Oh,
That's still me.
I found
It's
one of
not
your
unlocked yet.
unlockables.
Yes.
No.
Finally.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that didn't help us at all.
Well, now I got a
Wait.
different armor class.
I know what we need to do. Why we haven't been progressing. Because our leader hasn't brought us forward.
Oh, leader.
That's it.
Pablo.
That's what it is.
Well, I don my new interesting
Wait, can you
leather armor.
please, after such a great battle, and also after seeing you pull off the most metal thing I've ever seen, and now that we're in need of guidance, this blue light district is so far away. Could you please give us the inspiration to move forward?
What if I said no?
We desire
will
you're
die.
inspired.
Oh,
Hey,
I
man.
see what she's doing. She's like telling you guys like, no, we shouldn't go there because you haven't proven that you're good enough to handle this.
Oh no.
What?
She's trying to use
It's reverse
Reverse-
psychology.
yeah,
my
reverse psychology.
my
That hurts
My
really
fearless
bad. I'm not
leader.
motivated by proving people wrong. I'm motivated by more people investing in me.
I'm good enough. Watch me go. That's borderline French. We're sticking with it.
What's that guy?
Jean-Luc Grimlet.
I've had enough wine.
Do not think I have enough time to make it to the bibliotheca.
This was secretly my accent all along.
Now go away
Finally
before
see
we
your
talk to
true
you for a
colors.
second time.
Oh no! You have seen my true colors shining through.
Red, white, and blue.
But in a different order.
I think it's red, blue, and white.
You can arrange filters any way you want, but you will never take the France out of France.
That blue light just keeps pulsing faster and faster.
Give me the blue light! Give it to
He
me!
wants it.
I've been progressing towards it the whole time.
All right, you're getting closer. You can start to hear the clang of metal on stone.
So we can all hear the clang of metal on stone.
But can you hear it over them arguing?
Let us see.
Let us.
13.
13. You hear something. It sounds like a clang.
I would like to use my Guise of the Grove to hide.
Okay.
Probably 17.
17. Describe how you're hiding.
I stand still, and my barky skin blends in with the trees around us.
What about the 4 assholes riding on your back?
We look like we were
Well,
sitting
they
on
look
a
like they're
large
sitting
log.
on a log.
Okay.
I am hidden. They are not.
I look down and I see a large log, and I'm like, just a bump on a log in the swamp in the middle of this clearing.
The green grass grows all around.
And I roll a
Green grass
stealth
grows all
roll
around.
of 8. I say it out loud.
His concept of being a bump on a log is to like curl up in a ball and go, bump. Bump.
No, I just
Bump.
hold the fist out. Bump.
I'm just like, guys, do you hear that?
Goosebumps.
Oh God! Like Gabe's arm going out in front of the camera like that was like it was like the opening of New Hope, where the spaceship just comes on.
Bum, 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 bum.
But I just like quiet them down. I'm like, guys, do y'all hear that? Does
They're
anyone-
like, huh?
What is this you want me to hear?
I'm listening. That's a number. That's a small number.
I was at 19 for a second, and then it very quickly became a 7.
That's it.
For a total of 10.
That's a 20. Do I hear things? I go, shh, guys.
Yeah.
I hear a thing.
Nelson knows this because he is attuned to this reality, and because he's run several mines in his time.
Yeah.
Can definitely hear pickaxes hitting rock and other minerals.
I hear the unmistakable, unmisplaceable sound of miners. Not like kids though.
Well, no, that's what we're looking for.
What if they
We're looking
are?
for miners.
What if
They're miners?
the miners?
Tiny miners.
Tiners.
Miners.
What key has a miner?
It's a minor.
Yeah.
Their pickaxes are all sharp.
You know, if we drop something really heavy down that mine shaft, we'll get at least one, at least a flat miner.
It's all statistics.
Numbers game.
I
So,
want to yeet
Yeah.
you.
That rest you
Well,
took
you gotta
earlier was
yoink
only
first.
that rest you took earlier was only a half rest.
No.
yoink, you gotta yoink before you eat.
I didn't
I'm
yoink
okay.
first.
Half rested. Look like little hats.
So these people, I guess did somebody see me when I bumped?
Maybe somebody heard you when you bumped because you were just sitting there going bump.
Oh, no, it was a goosebump.
He was doing the bumpy bump. He did the bumpy bump.
Was he doing the Humpty dance though?
Well, I'm about to, wait, did anybody see me?
No.
Okay.
All right.
Here's what we're gonna do. Our leader's gonna tell us.
All right. So I've
all of a sudden,
forgotten
everybody
it.
starts chanting.
Oh,
Pam,
Pam,
I don't
Pam,
know this.
Pam,
I don't
Pam,
know this.
Pam, Pam, Pam.
Everyone,
Pam.
all right.
Did
They're
they,
gonna hear us.
did they hear that?
Our leader has spoken.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Stop bumping and chanting.
No more bumps and chants.
No more bumps and chanting.
Yeets and yoinks and bumps and chants.
She has
Oh
spoken.
my.
She has spoken. No more bumps or
All
changes.
right. Since we think that they're miners, think the two of us
Uh-huh.
should go down there and try to talk. Do you feel like we could talk to them? I mean you, and I'm covered in metal. I feel like they'd like me.
I feel like we can pull off a good mom and papa. Yeah.
Okay, all right. I think two of us should go down there and see what's happening.
Whoa. What should the three of us do in this?
Stop bumping.
Oh, we stopped. We stopped bumping and chanting and
All sing
yoinking
bass,
and
you sing
yeeting.
treble. We got this.
Okay. I need y'all to prepare for the worst.
Oh,
I need you to be
God.
I need you to be making some daggers. Whatever you do with your frogs and patrons.
Oh, let's find out. What do I do with my frogs and patrons? Let me know.
So
What
what
do you
you're
need?
saying is, when it comes to A minor, it could be major.
Yeah. I need you to work on.
Definitely don't transpose.
If you ask me, you all are asking for a lot of trouble with the path you're going on.
Is that somebody talking to us?
That's me out of game.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We all turned to see no one there.
The plan is to walk over and kick down the door and say, "You're all under arrest."
That's not the plan. No, we're just gonna go investigate.
All right, that works too.
Okay.
I suppose.
We go over investigate. What do I need to roll to make that happen?
Well, I mean, you are a rogue, so you should probably sneak. So
Okay.
roll yourself.
I'm gonna clippity clop sneak over there.
Yeah, you say that, but here it is. This is the roll. Here it is.
Oh.
How's it? How's it? 8
+2 because it's -3 plus. Yeah, it's
minus 1.
Yeah.
17.
All right.
Did I sneak?
17 for stealth. That's I'm like walking and hearing her walking like, oh no.
You're like splashing in the mud, and then you're creating a seal. So when you lift your foot up, it's like every time.
It's like a
It sounds like
That's it. That's just echoing in the darkness.
That was almost as bad to look at as it was to hear.
I hope that was on camera.
Hello, darkness, my friend.
Now I wish we had sound alerts on.
Yeah, I know. So you all like, so you're sneaking over there.
Subscriber.
But the closer you get, the louder the metal on stone noise gets. So it's actually
They can't hear.
Oh,
Yeah.
good. I blend in.
you're a giant Frankenstein monster.
So you stop stepping into the deep mud and you just start stepping on stone sideways so they make loud ringing noises.
And I'm assuming we're following like behind them.
No! We can't follow. We have to prepare for the worst. Hurry, start building.
I've already made 30 knobs.
Yeah, but build a rocket.
I'm not that. No?
stops
You guys are
pouring.
told to prepare for the worst. We're gonna bring sausages back.
Grimlet
That's
stops
awesome.
stops
Yeah,
pouring stouts and Belgian ales. It's like, what? I thought we were preparing for the worst. I was so prepared. I've got rolls in here.
They see me rolling.
I'm like taking the knives and making
Yeah.
a barrel.
The
you can
two
start
of you.
pouring water in it. It'll
So,
keep it ever chilled.
I think it all balances out. You're making such a racket and you're sneaking so well that it sort of meets somewhere in the middle, and you're just sort of casually walking there.
Yeah.
At this point. As you get close, you see the mouth of a large cave, and almost in like in sequence or like synced up with the clang of the metal is one of those like blue pulses coming from deep within the mine.
All right.
You don't see anybody really milling about outside.
Do you have?
No. I'm just gonna make it up from here on out.
That
That's what I've been doing all night, so it should be fine.
that sounds fantastic.
Says a miner near you.
Yeah.
Oh.
You turn, you see he's just hitting the mine cart.
They haven't noticed
No,
yet.
no, son. That's let Nelson Moses show you how to run a mine.
I'm highly unqualified to be a leader. I don't know why anyone voted for me.
Because
This country always votes for unqualified leaders.
because we know that deep down inside you have that potential. We know that we, as a group, have all reached our potential. Some of us
may even be peaking and going down that slope. But you have so much before you. You can become that leader, and we can see that within you. We can see that through whatever that gear is on your head. We can see it through those eyes, whatever size they really are, because one of them's amplified real big right now. I don't know what's going on. And I know that you really can be that leader. And the biggest mark that proves that to me is the best leaders never ask to lead.
In fact, they tell you not to.
That was a really good speech. Why didn't we vote for him?
Because I run mines and stuff. I don't know.
Full of minors.
Yeah.
Not following any child labor laws.
Oh,
Look,
Nelson has never followed a single law.
I've made laws.
Nelson can't even follow the law of gravity.
There it is.
Time,
Okay.
space, out
We're
the
gonna-
window.
I say as I float. All right. So
It's a beautiful speech. Should we go inside now?
we should go inside. I want to roll quick perception. I want
Okay.
to roll quick perception. If there's another entrance, like an easy to see entrance.
Now, is that a gunslinger ability?
Quick perception.
Quick perception?
That's a 11. Why don't you give me
You don't immediately see any
Any other
openings.
entrances?
Yeah, you're looking around. You're trying to see if you can see any blue light spilling out from anywhere. And you can't find it.
All right. I think your call. We should either go in, guns blazing, or gun blazing.
He starts handing you a gun. He looks at your spectacles and his
How
ability to
would
see.
I hold a gun? How would I hold a gun?
You just magnetize it to your hand.
How would a dog hold a gun? Like this or like this?
Draw that and submit it. Contact. Okay. Guns blazing, or you try and stealth in, and
Guns frosting.
just hear me out here. Let's find out who's management, and let's own this
Are you saying I should ask for a manager?
place. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't see
Channel
any
your
reason.
channel
Karen,
your inner
Karen.
I don't see any reason why we should shoot these people. I don't.
fair.
I don't think we know who they are.
Fair.
I think we should just kind of go in,
Yeah.
just kind of sneak in,
Yeah.
see what's happening.
All right.
I feel like you could just act like you belong, actually.
I could try that. I'm very good at pretending I belong places.
He says in his natural habitat of the mine.
Yeah, that's his favorite terrain. Nelson Moses gets advantage in mine.
I'll take that.
He has to be fully inside the mine.
Fully inside. All right. I'd like to. All right. See, those calls. What make you the leader? Of this group. All right. So I'm gonna stealth again.
Okay.
That's plus a good number. That's a 21. For
You're
stealth.
very stealthy.
You're actually not in this mine because it's a mine of miners and you're 21.
I'm the management.
Oh.
Thank you.
Look at the way you stress.
Yeah, I'm gonna slowly stealth in, far enough to a point where I can at least see the first person,
Okay.
but hopefully still in cover.
All right. You stealth in. You stick to the side of the wall, avoiding the tracks that go down the center, and it sort of like curves down just a little bit.
What's the grade?
8%.
Thank you. I just need to know for
Yeah.
immersion.
Yeah. Somebody might ask. You always want to have that information ready.
Yeah.
You go maybe like 20, 30 feet until you see a small figure with a full-size pickaxe doing their best job just hacking away at the rock face.
I'm gonna lean out from where I am. Go.
Gas leak!
He just
I'm fine with that.
he just freezes when he hears you just going, "Psst." over there, and just starts looking around very suspiciously like this.
Canary dies.
Oh no.
Over here. Over here.
Can I take my hand out and wave it so that it reflects the light a little bit?
He looks around, like back further down in the mine, and then just very like quietly sidles sort of in your general direction.
Yeah. So,
I like stay in my slightly crouched position. Is this a child walking towards me, or
It
is it
appears
just a
to
really
be.
short creature?
It appears to be.
Okay.
Is it a child or a short person?
Or is it,
I don't know, it'd be like
is it a child,
halflings.
or is it just really far away?
Is it like Frodo? Okay, so yes, so it is what like a human child? Like
Yeah, it looks like a human child.
Right. Hey, is this it's a weird job for you to have.
It's not my job.
It's not your job.
No, I
What?
don't want to do this.
You don't want to work in a mine?
No,
But a mine's an excellent place to work.
I don't like it. It's dark and it's cold, and I want to go back to my family.
Well, what's stopping you, young man? Or woman?
I'm a boy. My name's Timmy Bittman.
It's difficult to tell. It's very dark in here. It's just blue light.
Oh my
coming
god,
from
your
it.
father bit him.
Timmy Bittman's son.
Your grandfather bit a man.
Bittman's son.
You didn't do
Family of
anything.
nibblers.
Didn't do anything else worth note.
I can't go because she said she'll kill our families if we leave.
That's no way to get somebody to work for you in a mine. You're supposed to pay them. At least, or chain them.
You're supposed to chain him to their pay. No rock.
I'm not sure you're a nice man.
Alright, let's see if I know a nice man. Alright. Where's the hex persuasion? Okay, that's not horrible. 17. I sit up slightly, and I'll reach into my pack. And I'll pull out
Your gun.
It's a child!
a very nice man. Play with this.
It's the first person he saw, and he is a first-person shooter.
Oh, FPS.
No,
No? TPS?
No. Frames per second. That's what that means. I'm going to pull out a large quill, a large ornate feathered quill. And you're like, all right. My name's Nelson. What's yours?
I just told you my name was Timmy Bittman.
Timmy Bittman. All right, Timmy. I'm gonna pull out a notepad. I'm gonna write his name down there. I'm like, all right, Timmy. It's you, right?
That's my name, yeah.
Everyone on this list is gonna get saved tonight.
Okay.
It's only you right now.
It's only you right
This
now.
is the opposite of
So
the
I
Death
need you
Note.
to tell me. I need you to tell me everyone else that's in this mine.
Okay. There's
It's okay. I got time.
there's Bort Morkelson. There's Amelia Pridehart.
All right, Amelia,
There's Tungsten Jones.
Tungsten Jones. That's a
He's huge.
labeled name.
There's Terry Tarbit.
And this continues
Yeah.
for a while.
Yeah.
on trap.
Okay, how many kiddos?
He
do I have
ultimately
on this
gives
list?
you a list of about 25 names.
Oh my lord.
Some of them though are just like that one girl with the pigtails.
Okay,
you
not
know,
one
like-
girl with the
weird-
pigtails.
You know.
Mhm.
I know. With the pigtails family. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm familiar with them. They're the ones with the I threw a snowball at them.
Yeah, she's a team.
Chat made a joke that I would like to do audibly.
Mm-hmm.
I said your kid is on my list. I said your kid is on my list.
Also, Marion loves your sad little boy noise.
You sound like Gingy Shrek.
I'm unfamiliar.
Help my kid! Help my GoPro!
Yeah.
Boy, no,
Fun story about Shrek. The first and only time I ever watched it, it was because a woman that I knew in college invited me over to her singles dorm room that she did not share with anybody to help her study for her philosophy class that I had taken the semester prior. Foolishly, being 19 and not knowing anything about women, I thought she just wanted me to come over and help her study philosophy. And then we.
That's not what she wanted.
Well,
No,
then
she
when-
wanted to watch Shrek.
Then when she was like, "Yeah, let's watch Shrek," I was like, "Cool, let's call so and such and have them come over too, so we can all hang out." And it was 10 years later before I woke up and was like, "Damn it!"
10 years on the day.
Yeah,
10
exactly.
years on the
I
day
mean,
you woke and went, oh, we should have watched Shrek 2. No.
So that's
Women only want one
Yeah,
thing.
that's
Watch Shrek.
Watch, study,
Yeah.
and watch Shrek and cry.
they want the D, onky.
In your defense, I feel like it's a bit of a weird vibe to be like, let's make out on the couch. Somebody.
Don't you dare make fun of me.
I have a feeling if I'd been picking up what she was laying down, Shrek probably would have been turned off after maybe 10 minutes.
Oh, okay. All
When you only hope.
Because what she was laying down was notes because she needed to study for that test.
I
Did
hope-
she pass?
Yeah, because I was good at that class.
At least she got some.
So my only thing for Shrek for the listeners, Lord Farquaad actually plays for a football team, Leicester City. Look him up.
Oh, there it is. Wait, actually, Lord Farquaad?
Yeah,
Voice
Kaglar
actor.
Sanyunshu is his real name.
Oh,
Yeah, he just
my
goes by
God.
Lord Farquaad because it's hard to say.
Perfect.
Wes keeps saying stuff, and he keeps getting flagged. I don't even know what he said.
Oh
It's
no.
it's the exact same thing every time.
McRib.
He keeps saying the 4-letter D word,
Oh.
and then it bleeps him, and everything he's said for the last minute.
Oh, that's good.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, that'll teach you to say.
Yeah. Anyways,
That'll
Nelson
learn,
Moses,
yeah.
what
All
are
right,
you
all
doing?
right. All right. So, all right, Timmy. So, I got some friends. And we work for shoot, the mayor.
Mayor, governor.
That one.
Governor Governessa?
Yes, Governor Governessa. Mayor Governor
She's the mayor.
Word. The mayor.
Don't say it like that. It will scare the boy.
Look, I know a lot of languages. All right.
They broke Nelson Moses, so no.
She has a sister from England named Governor Governessa.
So, Mayor Governor Governess told us about missing kiddos like you. And I just gotta say, someone who would take kids, put them in a mine, and make them work without paying them, keep them from their parents, that really chaps my horse.
Me too.
I just can't accept that. So, I'm gonna guarantee you and everyone on this list is gonna make it out of here tonight.
Is that the Nelson Moses guarantee?
That is a Nelson Moses guarantee. I smile as well. And I want to let you know that I need your help.
What do you mean?
I need you to let. I need two things. Now that I think about it, I need two things. I need one. I need you to go and let everyone else know, everyone on this list, know that when something goes down, that they need to start heading for the exits fast. And two, where exactly is this lady that you're talking about?
She's deep in the mine. She's got an office down
You got an office.
there. Yeah.
Did she like lock herself up in her office?
I mean, it's more like a little cave.
It's like an HR department.
No.
No,
We're not union either, so we don't get a lot of collective bargaining protections.
Oh,
Yeah.
maybe we can instill a union, like Brandon would have always wanted us to.
I seriously thought about writing a labor relations thing for the day.
Well,
all right. So we're gonna. You know what? I'm gonna go grab some of my friends. Do you know if this person is in their office at the moment?
I mean, I haven't seen her come out, so she's down there somewhere.
All right. I'm gonna grab my group. We're gonna come on right back in here.
Okay.
You just hang tight.
Is it cool weather outside?
Yeah, if you like. I'm
Okay.
not gonna stop you.
Okay.
But I need you to I need you to commit though, and warn all of your friends.
I'm scared.
Look. And I take the quill.
No,
And I
wait.
pull off
No,
the
no.
quill.
Nelson hasn't been able to inspire him.
Don't look at Metalhead over here.
He's scared. Help him
Yeah.
out.
I take the quill and I pull off the metal tip for it and bend it open and then fold it down into like a ring and I close it and I go.
And it goes
This
and it
is-
attaches
this
to the
is
magnets on the
This is a
fence.
super powerful ring given to me by that amazing person right there.
I just saw you bend it out of a quill.
I know, and it was a ring and it can turn into a quill.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, it's a
Okay.
transmuter.
It's a
metal.
transformer.
It is.
Yeah.
You like Transformers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, listen to this person, because she's basically a Transformer too.
You're trying to make me be inspiring. Look at this.
Yes.
Look at.
Yes.
You've overcome a lot of obstacles in your life. That's inspiring.
It is. Life ain't easy for a boy named
But
Sue.
I'm here still.
You have endurance.
Uh-huh.
That shows strength of character.
Okay, why is the child inspiring me?
That's
You
a
continue
super-
to weigh upon yourself until you have no confidence, and then you inspire others because they're able to give you some compliments, and that raises them up. Helping others is like helping yourself.
Apparently, Timmy's a ventriloquist.
You just hear this in the woods behind.
Timmy. Timmy, I need you to listen to me. I don't want our listeners to listen to me. I just want Timmy to
Well,
listen
there's no
to me.
listeners. No one's even who would ever listen.
All right, that's fair. That's really fair. Timmy, I need you to listen to me.
Okay.
All right, we need to get everyone out of this mine. You're the only one here who can help us. All right, we need it to not look suspicious when you're walking around and talking to a bunch of people. If we go in there, start talking to people, they're going to see us, and then this isn't going to work. All right, you are strong. You are. I don't know. You are strong. You are amazing.
You're strong
you are,
again. Oh,
You are
dang it.
strong again.
Double strong.
You're double strong.
You're two-ply.
You're at least
I'm
2-ply.
absorbent.
Yeah. You're malleable.
You're double strong Tim Austin.
And that's the bottom line. Okay. I know I need to do it. I'm just scared.
You know what? I'm scared too. But you just gotta fake it till you make it, bro.
Okay.
I
You
lean
convinced me.
I lean over to our fearless leader, and I holding the ring as hard as I can so it doesn't snap over to the magnetic field. I lean over. Tell him it's ring. That's what my mom always told me. Once you do, you're not lose.
Yeah, he lets go of it. It goes, it zips across right into your face, and then you have an option.
I'm trying to get it. It just
You
keeps
can either,
sticking.
you can either take it off or you can punch it into the skin.
Either way, he's gonna be inspired.
I'm gonna give you the mark of bravery.
She said superheating it.
Timmy, I need you to take this ring off my hand because I can't.
Prove your two-ply strength.
You need to prove how strong you are. If you can remove this ring, you can do anything.
Okay. So Timmy runs up and he grabs it. He gets his thumb on the ring and he just starts pulling it and pulling it and pulling it. And then he looks up in your eyes and he sees the struggle. And then he looks at Nelson Moses and he sees the now tipless quill.
He's a gun.
Yeah. Nelson Moses is gone. And finally,
Trying to hide the guy that's in the breast pocket.
he puts his feet up on your leg and is able to just kick himself back. And he's like, I got the ring. I
You
got the
did
ring.
it.
And he turns invisible. Great eye
My
looks
brushes.
Meanwhile, outside, I've been catching frogs. How many did I catch?
I'm so glad you caught the
15.
frogs.
Whoa!
That's a lot of frogs. They will help us in our journey later.
Okay, boys. There's the call. I heard the croak of Moses.
Oh no.
It's time. It's time for us to make like the transforming ring quills and roll out.
Grimlith stands up, and then he pulls both of his arms inside of his scale mail, and then he crouches down really low, and his helmet just empties, like his head disappears into his scale mail, and then he transforms into a truck. And then no,
What?
no.
Odds yes.
He transforms into a truck, and he's like, "Come, my friends, it is I, Grimlith the French truck.
Grimlith
Let us do this. We must drive for victory.
At the steering
Vive
wheel.
la Toyota!"
At the steering wheel is a mix of 17 different races, and riding on top of the truck, loading a fresh frog into a slingshot,
Yes.
is Shabby Milk Chop going to join the party. Meanwhile, deep within the mines.
Timmy gets the bravery ring and he looks at both of you and he's like, "I got this." And he
Got
puts
this,
he puts the ring on and he starts running down, and you hear him running down like slapping people on the shoulder, being like, "Get back to work, you lazy bones!" And then he's like leaning in, he's like, "They're gonna try to break us out. You gotta get me ready when stuff happens. You'll know when it happens." Yeah. He's like, "Hit those rocks harder." All right, it's gonna be like 5 minutes, and then everything's gonna go to hell. So you gotta get ready to go. And he just
Kid is good at that.
Yeah.
he just sort of like this sort of fades off as he goes deeper and deeper down.
I lean over to Camp One. Sorry, like I have to actively think to remember the name, but every time I do, I'm just like, oh man, that's the name.
It was gonna be whatever LaCroix he was drinking.
I lean over to Pam and go, reminds me of my son. He pulled his first stand.
And
So
the
proud.
tear that you wipe off, it goes, it hits the ground, it explodes into a million different tears. The camera shifts inside those tears, refracting light all around, creating rainbow vision. And then you hear the voice of Pamplemousse say, "You can do it, bro."
Yeah.
You can do it, bro.
Yeah. And then I gotta eat food.
There's a nude.
I know, I need more nudes.
Go get some cake.
Yeah, get some.
Are we not done?
We're almost done.
We're almost done. All right.
Oh.
All right.
He's
fast
doing
forward.
it, bro.
I'm sorry, I want food.
We're all so Pamplemousse and I are making our way. God, I'm stuck in this accent. Making our way down. Down.
Walking fast.
Faces
Walking
pass.
fast. Passing these kiddos. And from behind us we hear the galloping, padding feet of the great monstrosity that is our teammate, followed by the diesel engine of the rest of our party.
I'm
A
slightly
couple of
behind.
rivets and croaks.
I had to
behind.
set off my 48-piece.
God, armor for you must have cost so much.
Your knobs?
Yeah.
So many
Yeah.
bugs.
You gotta set off your knobs.
I set off just like a whole machine out of these things. I got bored, so I started making just random stuff. I like flick one, it falls into the other, it throws another knife off into the distance and starts a chain reaction.
Mm-hmm.
I just have so many knobs ready.
So you've got,
All right.
you've
So
got
you're
a Rube
just
Goldberg machine.
Thank you.
of
Could not
knobs.
remember.
so
the name.
if I read this correctly, you are now charging into the mine, just throwing knives at everybody.
No knobs.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Throwing
He's
knobs.
accepted their knobs.
But
They're ice knobs.
Are you throwing them at the kids or like tossing them?
Maybe
I'm
we
just
should.
tossing them. I'm trying
Okay.
to arm them.
Gotcha.
Oh, okay.
I thought you were.
and the truck just roaring down into the mine.
Vive la revolution! Your tires transform into track wheels onto the mine track.
Oh yeah. You're like the DeLorean in 1885.
I start driving on the cart track, but it's not wheel like capable, and the wheels explode, rubber
So you're just
flying
on the rims?
everywhere,
Yeah.
and then the rims lock perfectly
Squealing.
onto the rails,
Yeah.
screeching and squealing their
Just
way
like all
down
the
to
kids
line.
around him.
Yeah.
As they dive out of their way.
Yeah, as you guys are
Flying
hurtling
everywhere.
down into this mine, sparks are flying everywhere,
Okay.
like mixed with like all the glowing blue of the mine and everything.
That's
Kid-
that's a non-natural 20 to leap onto the side of the truck and grab onto it.
A
Absolutely.
gorilla and a chimpanzee jump on the back and start
Oh, no.
hopping us over the gaps to
No,
catch
no, no.
bananas.
Yeah, no.
What's
That's-
happening?
Yeah, you actually got on this truck too because your magnets pulled you onto the
Yeah.
truck. Yeah.
No,
Just like on the
No,
side,
the
Mad
truck-
Max style.
the truck is moving just fast enough that it's just like pulling your hands like this, so it looks like you're flying behind the truck like Superman.
You're flying in the
I
air.
like throw two
levitating.
of my knives there, and she's just like
Knobs.
skating behind. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
real talk, what's actually happening is that one of the frogs that that Shabby had collected was in fact one of those like frogs that have like toxins that come out of their skin.
Okay.
And it hopped into one of Gremlin's stouts that he decided to drink since we weren't going to have work after all.
Uh-huh.
And so he believes that he is a truck, and he is running down into the mine, making honk honk noises
And he
screeching
believes
tire
that
sounds.
he believes the team is rallied around him, but really we're all behind one large rock. And Nelson's like, "What the hell is going on with him?"
And he's just running down into the mine, yelling, "Vroom!"
So much for the element of surprise.
The kids are all freaked out. You see, as you keep going down, you see them running back behind you. And eventually, you guys come around a curve, and you see an old woman who is standing around a blue orb, manipulating it. And you can see wisps of energy coming off the orb. And some of the children that are still down in this area, you can see the energy sort of like orbiting their heads. And she looks up as she hears you going, honk, honk, running down the track.
Uh-huh.
And just does like
Is he-
shocked face.
Is he
and I'm-
possessed by some sort of goose?
and I'm going to run her over. That is a 15 strength. If we're adding athletics to that, that is a 17.
I rolled a 5.
Oh shoot! I gotta get down there. Just start
So
hightailing my way in that direction as well.
Grimlet runs headlong into this woman and lifts her off the ground and keeps running.
Roll 3d6.
Whoa, that's a truck.
Well, he believes he's a truck, and
That's what
like,
I'm saying. That's
yeah.
a truck stick.
I think what Brandon's allowing to happen is that Grimlet picks this woman up and is like, "I'm gonna smash ya," and then runs her directly into a wall
yeah.
for 9, 12. If we're adding strength, then 14.
You run and grab her.
Oh,
And it's like, I mean, it's like Braveheart or something, where like they take a halberd and they just run it through somebody and lift them up and just keep going.
Uh-huh.
And you run her up against the wall, right onto a big spiky part of the wall coming
Oh,
out.
no.
You see the rock just like come out through her chest.
Yeah. and then you see a perfectly sized gap for a blue orb to fit.
Exactly.
Bored. I'm gonna be charging up behind him, holding onto my split hat, going like, I don't know what's going on right now. But I see the orb. Can I roll Arcana on that?
Yeah.
Twenty-two.
22. You immediately recognize it as the orb of blueberry.
Blue raspberry.
Yeah, blue raspberry, whatever.
Oh no, we're in the wrong game.
No, orb of blueberry.
You needed to go to the gold mine, not the copper mine.
We just slowly start backing. I'm like,
We
"Ooh,
saved the
my
wrong
bad."
children.
Gary, put them back. Put them back where you found them.
Timmy Bittman is up at the mouth of the mine. He's like, those fools. Just as he like plunges the dynamite trigger and seals you all in the mine forever.
I didn't see any of that coming.
Wait, so the rocks are falling around us.
Yeah.
The rocks are falling around
Yeah.
us. We all are starting to get ourselves together, and as many of the kids as we can, as the last vestiges of light, Or,
Well, it was
like the
nighttime.
last rock hits and closes us all in.
To be continued. Ah,
Wow.
yeah. That was pretty epic.
I could have stopped it, but yeah.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah, that was good. I hope everybody enjoyed that. That went on a little bit longer than we planned.
I really hope everyone enjoyed
And
that.
it was a little stupider than we planned.
Well,
That was exactly the amount of stupid I played.
Yeah,
100%.
yeah, thank you.
That was pretty much.
Some people didn't set the right expectations.
Yeah.
They were here.
Oh well.
Yeah, so if you guys enjoyed this, we'll do it again, I guess. So watch social media and stuff.
And stuff.
Yeah, and stuff. Patreon.com/goblinsgrowlers. The more people support us there, the more of this we can do.
One more really heartfelt thing. Let's everybody's been doing super awesome about lifting each other up through a time where a lot of people like me have anxiety and stuff like that. So continue doing that. You guys are amazing. Thank you for making the community such a great place. We all play Dungeons and Dragons for some fun and escapism and things like that. So we were happy that we get to come together and do that with you all. So thank you so much for all that you guys do for the community. Let's keep lifting each other up through however long this goes for.
Yeah, and also quid pro roll.
And also,
Wearing shit.
You cut me off when I was doing the promos to talk about serious stuff.
you know, well, and now serious. And
Yeah.
now serious stuff.
Yeah.
Promos.
Yeah. Listen to us at Quid Pro Roll, quidproroll.podbean.com, or wherever you get your favorite podcast. We have over 10,000 downloads and more than 50 episodes at this point.
Woo!
And there's a business card for it. Cool stuff on the Patreon. Liz does the art for some of it.
Yeah, she does.
Gabe's cool because he does all the sound engineering for the podcast. Wave to the people,
And
Gabe.
apparently that's the only reason he's cool.
Yeah. Blow
Not
them
because of that
kisses.
vest.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Actual
Yeah.
bullets.
That camera's done.
But yeah, like, you know what? It's funny. I always complain sometimes that like the party takes it, like my parties take everything off the rails, and like I'll show them like we only got through this much of the written adventure. I had 2 note cards. We
Yeah.
didn't get through all of it.
No, there's no way.
That being said,
That's
we
because
did.
you made rocks fall and everyone died.
We did actually end up
No,
on the
no, we're
rails
not
at
dead.
the
We're
end.
in.
Yeah,
It's
that's
in the
true.
cave, okay.
That's
Wait,
true.
wait, wait. In the darkness of the cave, the rocks having just gotten rid of the last light, there's just a soft blue glow as a blue orb rolls across the ground, revealing everyone is alive
Yeah.
in an enclosed space.
Maybe
I would
next
follow
time
it.
you hear people telling you that they want to go to a place, you'll let them go there instead of just letting them talk nonsense.
Look, it's not
for
his fault.
30 minutes.
It's not his fault the place ran away from you.
Oh, apparently there's karaoke in the Discord voice channel going on now.
Neat. Whoa.
I'm down.
Yeah.
Do you really want to hurt me?
Yes.
All right, everybody have a good night. We'll talk to you later. Keep an eye on the social media, and we'll announce really soon when we're going to do this again and some other stuff we're doing.
Same.
Have a good night.
Hi,
Goodbye.
hi.